Please note the views and opinions expressed by the hosts on this show are not necessarily the views held by the station.
You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now it's our turn.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, welcome to Outside the Box. I'm your hostess, Kate of Gaia. Yes, for those new listeners, the voice is much lower than my boobs would indicate. Don't worry, you'll get over it. I did. Oh yeah, we're in for a roller coaster tonight, boys and girls. Let me see. And it's still... Oh, Consuela is having an issue getting on. Okay. Yeah, you want to listen via Skype. Yeah, it's going to have to redirect. So bear with it, Consuela. You'll get it. You'll get it. And once you do, you will never go back. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can't reuse the one you were on. You have to reinitiate everything. So just refresh your pages, boys and girls. Refresh page for Skype icon. And I'm saying that as normal speak, not the icon. You actually need to see this one. See? It means both. All right, well, boy... did Ninja, Miranda, and I have an out of the park episode this afternoon. I posted it on Facebook. I would highly urge anyone, if you didn't get a chance to listen to this afternoon show, well, you better. Yeah, so that's all I can say. And you're going to want to download this puppy as well, as soon as Noisy Harleys go by. So, we start off today talking a little bit about a rather impossibly numerous too hard to count allegories and representations in the movie World War Z or Z, depending on where in the world you come from. Where I'm from, we call it Z, so I'll just stick with that, or I can go zzz, World War zzz. That's the sound an eagle makes when you poke at it too many times, and then it goes boom, right? Here's the only thing you need to know to spot your ego. There's only one thing: emotion. It's the only thing that can stop you and return you to the egocentric start point on the yellow brick road. Just where Dorothy and Toto started. You have the spiraling out yellow brick road, and then of course the spiraling in red brick road. The red brick road is the allegorical representation of emotions, and that is the domain, and only the domain, of the ego, and only with the ego can we experience emotions. Unfortunately, we got a little carried away with living our roles, living our dramas, and instead of just playing, we're here to play. And everyone's taking it way too seriously. I know I did for a long time. But it's just getting funnier every single day. So let's look at a few allegories. Now, I haven't even got through the whole movie yet. I've still got... Well, I did see the last, I guess, about 5-10 minutes of it at about 4 this morning. And I saw the first bit of it, and I already started laughing right at the beginning for the allegory of the bus, or what was it? It was sorry, it wasn't a bus. It was a garbage truck. Okay, allegorically, hey, we're taking out the trash, right? So what's the first thing this garbage truck hit? That was a cop. And again, it's allegorical. All the egos. What do you mean, the cop? Okay, shut up, Fido. Sit down. You're missing the show. All right, just go play with your fetchy stick thing or whatever the fuck your boss gives you to play with. A little piece of paper, ticket. Go chase a car or something. Make yourself sort of annoyingly useful, because you're producing so much there when you're doing that. Anyway, so I thought that was, and that was one that actually Zoe pointed out to me when the trailer came out. Yeah, so this is really the first chance I've had to watch this comedy in its full-blown Technicolor amazing thing. Yeah, the version that I watched, yeah, it's not in the highest definition, but I don't need high definition. I am high definition, and I'm not looking to be entertained either. I am looking for everything in this movie or anything I watch. I look past the play. What's going on? Oh, no, I don't care. I'm not going to be distracted by actors and actresses and all the ooh, ah, and shit, and the rest of it goes on, because it keeps you very entertained if you do that. But, no, me, I'm looking at the set and what's going on behind them, lifting the veil. They're the veil. You just got to get the veil out of the way. All the drama, which is a representation allegorically of emotion, right? So you just push that off to the side for the, if you want to watch it to be entertained, well, by all means, but experience it that way, but don't stop there, as most people do. Because everything that you observe in the now is absolutely critical and has a very specific reason as to why you're observing it. And we've been taught to doubt that. And they did a really good job. You're walking around and going, geez, I don't know if I can do that, geez, and all the rest of it. Well, walking, talking version of that. Geez, I don't know if I can come out of the closet or not. Oh, geez, doubt. Who cares? Anyway, I decided to now star in my own role. It's pretty cool. It's great because you're the star of your own show. You're the director. You're the producer. You're the creator. And what are you doing? You're walking around in a role of an extra. Some people have moved into their co-starring roles. But they're still getting caught up in the drama of all the, the other stage hands and extras and co-stars and all the rest of the nonsense that is involved in putting on a theatrical all experience. Did we miss that one? What do you think they call it? Theatrical. Trick all? I'm going to let you hover on that one for a sec. I can hear you now. Oh, come on, Kate. What is it with you and the phonics shit all the time? If you want to see the world, you got to hear it first. Oh, I'm not ignoring you. Hang on. No one's ignoring you, John. We love you. And by the way, I'm just because it's a continuation of Tuesday, I'm going to crack open Miranda's and Ninja's microphones. You guys can jump in whenever you feel like it, but I'm going to go on a little tear here for a minute because I'm in the mood. I got my flamethrower gassed up and my combo chainsaw attachment to go with it. Pretty much the same way that he taped a knife onto the end of a gun that obviously didn't have any bullets. Anyway, so let's get into some of the allegories here. All right, let's set the stage for this. Out of the blue, lead entertainer Brad Pitt. Even all the names in this thing resonated with me, all these people. Even the scenario, the two daughters, everything, it just resonated. It was just, I'm looking at this and I'm laughing. All right, so it sets out that all of a sudden there's this, virus explosion where people are turning into zombies. All right. And it's going in rapid fashion. It takes approximately 12 seconds for this thing to, once someone's bit, to turn into a biter, an undead, right? Okay, well, let me clear up the allegory of what the zombie really is representing. The zombie is representing everyone that is walking around with their identification thinking it's them. You're dead. You're walking dead. You're dead in the system. I hate to tell you that, but that's exactly how you're seen. And that's from a spiritual point, and from where I'm standing, and where many of us are standing now, we're looking and saying, yep, you're dead. You haven't got a clue that you're actually alive because you think you're a name. You think you're a name that isn't even yours. So somebody has claimed you spiritually, mind, body, and soul. All right, so that's what the zombies are. That's the walking dead. Those with the mark of the beast are the walking dead in the horror of Babylonville. All right, so that's the big one out of the way. And so now you can start to watch this movie from that perspective. And, of course, ignorance, Walking Dead, of course it's viral. It goes through communities like wildfire. And that, for me, the speed at which these zombies morphed and reproduced themselves was very indicative, for me, of the spread of ignorance in the Akashic sense, right? It happened very quickly worldwide. The other side of it, too, is truth has the same effect, because truth is also a virus, and it can be represented in that speed, and that's what we're dealing with right now. People are starting to get infected with truth. The illness in this system, the movie culminates with defeating this disease with an illness, because the zombies don't want to attack anything that is sick. And we're perceived in the realm, the truthers are perceived as the sick ones. We're the odd ones out. We're the rebels, the misfits. We don't fit in, you see. So we're kind of a virus in the system. And this virus is spreading rapidly, right? Okay, so there's that. Now, what Brad and his family do, they have to escape, get out of Philadelphia. I think that's where they were, in New Jersey or whatever. They were trying to get back to Philadelphia, but it was too late. I can get into some very specifics. What I'm going to do is when I go over it again, I'm going to make notes as I go. I don't usually, because I don't really feel the need to. I can cover it, everything that's needed without notes. But a few very interesting things kept occurring. Certain numbers would be showing up. If you notice when the movie opens up, it says Plan B. And for those that know what the capital letter B is, it's actually 13. Right, the 13th warrior, the Christ representation, right? This whole movie is about defending your mind, your actual spiritual nature. That's what the walls around Jerusalem were all about. But the thing is, the zombies, because people let down their guard and started making noise, the zombies heard it, and they started literally piling up on each other so they could climb over each other like a serpent, actually. And as soon as they were inside the city, that the city fell. That's it, gone. It goes like wildfire. So it's everything you can do to get out of it. And the allegory there, some people might think, well, why is it Jerusalem and why is it Israel? Well, you see, here's the thing. If you understand what Israel is, we are all Israel. It's not a country. It's a concept. The Israelites, the Israelites, had to flee from Egypt, the pharaohs of Egypt, because they were being enslaved, you see. So for anyone that's worshiping Egypt and all its monstrosity, fucking garbage, give your head a shake. All right? Beautiful to look at. It's gorgeous, this, that, and the other. But it's, for me, having looked at it and going ooh and ah for a lifetime, I look at it and now it's just pure poison to me. But anyway, getting back to Israel, we're all Israelites. All right? They sold the duping to a certain group of people that bought it, hook, line, and sinker, and refer to themselves as the Chosenites. The chosen, the chosen people. We're all chosen. It doesn't make sense for a loving God to choose one over another just because ritual abuse of a child cuts the end of their dick off. That's an Egyptian ritual. Did you know that? Yeah, that's an Osiris thing. So you're actually worshiping Egypt and the pharaohs. Just letting you know, right? You messed up. You thought it was something to do with you, but no, the pharaohs got you doing it. Hey, you took it out of Egypt. It's all good, right? Anyway, I'm sure there's some egos firing off right now. That's what I do. I poke egos just because I'm good at it. And I want to show you just how emotional you can get and how much control your ego has on you, right? So when you get emotional, it's your ego taking over. So the allegory of the walls being scaled is the fact that it dispels the whole illusion of someone being a chosen people. No, you get infested just like the rest of us. You're human like the rest of us. So there. All right, so that's that one out of the way. That is the representation of Israel. And of course, Belarus Airlines, that was very meaningful to me. I'm going to show you some of my connects to this movie, because I'm looking for my allegories. I can't see yours. I can only see mine. I know my yellow brick road is mine. Yours is yours. All I'm trying to do is show you that there actually is a yellow brick road. As I walk down it, you get an opportunity to see this. Hopefully. All right, so I'm going to really try to give you eyes to see and ears to hear tonight. More importantly, ears to hear first. Now, one of the planes I ended up getting on Oh, by the way, the big transport plane that they used in the beginning, that's a C-130. C, open note of love. Unconditional. And what's, 13. There it is again. You probably didn't notice that. I'm looking at things like 01, 02, 03, 04 on the lockers behind everybody. I'm looking at the bunks that they have. Right? 2, 4, was it 2, 4, and 6, I believe that's 12. I have to go back and make notes just to make sure I'm like bang on accurate so you can see these things. Now, there's one scene in it where Brad's trying to get out of Jerusalem and they end up on the Belarus Airlines aircraft. And this gets funnier, by the way. By the minute, this is like minute by minute, rolling on the floor laughing kind of movie, okay? I know they don't bill it as a comedy, it's more as a horror drama, but it's a comedy to me. Anyway, there's a group of Israeli Defense Force soldiers protecting Brad to try to get him to the C-130 that, lo and behold, the Savior left without you. 13, C-130. So you got to save your own sorry ass. Just an allegory. Anyway, so they end up getting cornered a little bit, getting followed by all these insta-zombies. And a couple of the soldiers, I think there was 2 or 3 that survived, and there was a young lady, the Divine Feminine, by the way. That's her representation for you. And, of course, Brad's constantly playing the Divine Masculine with Divine Feminine at the same time. That one will take a little bit more to explain, but I assure you, it's both aspects are there balanced. Anyway, this young Israeli female soldier, she ends up getting bit on the lower arm, and Brad, thinking very quickly, grabs a machete and hacks her left hand off. Okay? Now, I have to go back to something else that resonates with me. Where I'm from is a province called Ulster, which I've talked about in shows past. And on their flag they have what? Oh, that's right, the Red Hand of Ulster. I'll tell you that story sometime, where that came to be from. It's another allegory of strength within, okay? But the important thing is the left hand of was hacked off. Now, left in allegorical means left brain. I know the left hand functions for the right brain functions for the left. But keep in mind the immediately observable allegories. So her left hand was cut off. Brad basically saved her life by severing the left, the Cain side, right? Literally got rid of it. And of course, her being a soldier, she also brings in the Divine Masculine as well, you see. All right, because she ends up saving Brad's life a couple of times. Anyway, all right, so they make it to the plane. It's a Belarusian Airlines, the last plane to leave Jerusalem or Israel, right? Because they had walled the city in prior to protect it, and it was actually immune until some people let their guard down, started singing too loud, attracted all the zombies up over the wall. Rest is history. So they get on the plane up through the pilot's cockpit ladder. They get in there, and they just get off the ground. And of course, there's 2 or 3 soldiers that were with Brad and the girl. And well, of course, they ended up getting toasted. They're done, and they take off. Now, Belarus has a great affinity for me. I'll tell you why. Because the lady that Irene that used to do my brows in Guelph, it was from Belarusia, right? And it was kind of interesting because when I heard her accent, it's one of the very few, I can't even call it Slavic. It's not really. Anyway, Russian-type languages that I have an ear for. I don't know why. Oh, you're Belarusian. I can hear it, And of course, being from Ireland, I'm very attenuated to different accents and where people are from. I can sometimes, most times, nail it right down to the region that people are from and where they, I get a lot of friends, Sorry, I just pick up on this stuff. So, and of course, this was where I found out that the deputy chief for the city of Guelph, Brent Eden, No, I'm not kidding. Brent Eden. I'm serious. He only did 3 years as deputy chief because as soon as he got in, he thought he was doing all the right thing, and he wasn't in the loop until he got to be deputy chief. And then the chief told him what was really going on. He went into severe depression because it's not very comfortable finding out that you've been fucking people over for your entire career, especially if you have some sense of honor. But of course, being the honorable guy that he is, he stuck it out for 3 years. He's still sucking the whore's tits with a pension. All right, so that's an absolute coward to me. Someone that does know and will not stand. It's man, you got some karma to deal with on that one, my friend. I mean, the chief was obvious, but I found out this information through the fact that his wife would get her brows done too. So I used to find out all sorts of things. Handy being a tranny. Anyway, so there's my connection to the Belarus Airlines. Now, where does this thing actually land? It doesn't really land. It sort of lands, crashes, and what have you. Because of course, on board the plane, just when you think you're safe, this is the whole idea of all of these things popping up constantly. It's telling you must have constant vigilance. You can't let your guard down for one instant if you want to see this game properly. You'll get your little breather moments, but you got to keep the vigilance up, constant alertness, and of course that constant ability and willingness to fight back in the allegorical sense, right? And we do this through the ether. We don't do it in the physical. And where did they crash? Well, they were on their way to Cardiff, Wales. That might bring in the Arthurian Tarot resonance with me, and maybe Miranda, maybe Ninja. I don't know. It might fit in. I'm not sure. And this is more towards the end of the movie. There are so many other scenes that I could get into, and like I said, I'd have to go through it again, which I will, and I'll just make some notes of things to look for, things to notice. But I'm only looking for the things that resonate on my yellow brick road, my breadcrumbs, because you'll see something entirely different, right? Where are we? Oh, and of course, bell means war, right? It means a couple of things, but war, like parabellum, that's a bullet, right? Liberty Bell, of course, it's a liberty war. You're fighting for your freedom, but you're ringing the same bell that put you there. So bell, R-A-R, Ra in the mirror, you, the God, light of God, it reverse, and of course us. Bell, R, us. So we're literally at war with ourselves, not realizing that we're all connected, that we're all the light, the sunshine of God, you see. All right, so there's lots of other things, right? Now, of course, when they're on the plane, one of these tricky little bastards got into one of the closets at the back of the plane and jumps out and takes out the first flight attendant. And of course, you know what happens there. This virus spreads through the back of the airplane really, really quick. And one of the things that you can't do, what attracts them is sound. Yeah? Phonics? It attracts them. And then they come hunting for you. Otherwise, they can't see you, can't hear you, or, whatever. They kind of go into a dormancy stage. And that's what the system is, right? Until you make yourself loud, i.e. stand up in the truth, you go unnoticed. And then, of course, when you stand up in truth and everything else, you go onto the spiritual radar. Then they can hear you. Right? This is the problem with truth, and why I tell people, if you can't handle this stuff, this is for grown-ups, these shows. And I'm being like that for a very, very good reason. Because if anyone takes offense to it, that's the ego, and this is what I need to find for you. If you want truth, I guarantee I'll give you bucketfuls of it every single day, because this is all I focus on. This is all I download, and I think my repertoire of episodes over the last almost 6 years now will be my testament. Okay, in that my search has been true, it has been pure, and I will not deviate from this course, because I have chosen infinity. I haven't chosen meat stick. Okay. Anyway, this zombie gets out, and of course, there's always one stooge on the plane that makes a noise, and of course they get attracted to it, and all hell breaks loose, and literally, where these zombies are making their way towards Brad and this Israeli soldier girl. And the last incident, I mean, Brad had to make the choice. He's got a hand grenade, right? What happens when you pull a grenade on a plane? It kind of decompresses. But that was kind of my first thought. I thought, because she brought a gun with her too, I thought maybe if they just blew out a window or something, that might have been enough to decompress and take up part of the plane where it would suck all the zombies out. Oh no, Brad has to do it in full style, right? This is truth, right? It's a truth bomb he threw at them, and sure enough, grenade goes off on the right side of the plane. Right? In order to set yourself free, you must open the right side of your brain, open the hemisphere up, and you gotta, and what it's going to do is it's going to suck all the evil away for you. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is true. It's in the movie. Bill Donahue talks about it. I've talked about it. Lots of us have talked about it. Not to this kind of outside the box level, but we kind of do a different brand of fun here. So anyway, all the zombies end up getting sucked out of the plane. The plane's decompressing. The pilots can't handle it. They end up crashing. Everybody gets killed, except, of course, Brad and his compatriot. I think there was one sort of zombie that was in the wreckage that managed to survive or whatever. But, well, they're undead, so it's kind of hard to kill them. You got to give them a headshot, apparently, right? Yeah, you got to knock them out that way. That's the wake-up call, right? That's getting rid of the identity, and you got to have that blinding explosion in your own head to say, "Oh, Kate's got a point." So anyway, they make their way to this, Center for Disease Control, and that's kind of where I'm at. I did see the ending, and the whole idea was that you would have to literally inject yourself with a virus, truth, that would make you ill, but it wouldn't kill you. It's either that or, be a zombie, and of course you're dead. So this is the game. Catch-22, boys or girls. I don't care. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Either way, you're going to pay the price. You're going to pay the pipe or something. And to what level of game you want to play next will be the level of game you decide to play now. Right? And lucky you guys that are tuned in right now are of the most tuned in beings on this planet. Look at you. Look at you. It's a beautiful table we have set here, hey? I told you you're beautiful. I've been saying it all along, and you're finally going, yeah, I am. It's mostly because I'm finally being able to say that, too. You see, we share the table. I share the same experiences with you because I'm co-created by, for, and with you as well. That's the cool thing, and this is, when we start talking about division in any way, shape, or form, be it political, be it religious, racial, whatever the case may be, you've bought the divide and conquer lie. Anything that creates division of any kind whatsoever from me to you is ego program, and it will control you. It will make you emotional every time. Let's talk about the illegal aliens coming into U.S. or somewhere. Oh my God, it's hell. Yeah, okay, fine. Focus on the nonsense. Go ahead, hate yourself. Hate your fellow, connection. For all you know, a lot of these people coming in were former relatives in former lives, because I assure you, if you saw a cloud atlas, you'll know that regardless of how much time passes, we're all still connected, and we're all interrelated. So you just, like the song says, you're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. And then it also says you're killing yourself if you don't believe it in the same song. Fooling yourself. It sticks. The answers are all on that disc, by the way. That's why I use it. It's my Infinity Guide, my Hitchhiker's Guide to My Galaxy. You guys think I'm kidding? No, I know some of you don't. Some of you know I've never been this serious in my life. In all this fun that I'm having, I have never been more serious than I am right now. It's all there. And the minute you get emotional about anything, you're stopped. You've spun into the center of the yellow brick road again. You've went egocentric. So what I need people to start doing, here's some keys for you to start getting your shit together. And it is shit. I know. I had bags of it. Ooh. They were heavy. I'm traveling real light now. If any emotion comes in whatsoever, you're done. Especially if you can't control it. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotions. We are emotional because of the ego to have that experience. But we get caught up in the drama. We get caught up in the ego, in the games, in the lusts, and the materialism, and all the rest of it, to the point where we fell completely asleep. And we've been producing and co-creating the all-knowing gods that you are, I am, for something else, for some other aspect of our consciousness. It's a game, right? That's all it is. It's just a game. And now it's our turn. If you want, or you can stay in and continue on with going on down Jacob's ladder. That's fine. Also, you see the symbolism of the Merkaba, which is the as above, so below triangles. That is actually not a national emblem. That is a universal one, right? But again, you have to go allegorically. Look at it for what it is telling you allegorically, not for what you're seeing literally. Because if you're looking at Israel in its present form with a psychotic government, you will be emotional until the day you die. Because you're looking at it literal. That was the joy of watching all these walls that have been put up, and, Israel's famous for its walls. All these walls that were put up to protect itself from external enemies, right? Zombies, we'll call them. And here's the problem with walls. I think I told a joke once. Let me share it in a joke for you. It's this Newfie and a French Canadian. It's a Canadian joke. Walking along the beach, and they get along okay, but they always have arguments and fights, whatever. They're walking along the beach, and they find this lamp. Of course, a little argument ensues. Who gets to rub it first doesn't really matter. So the French Canadian, he ends up wrestling this lamp away from the Newfie. And Newfoundland, for those that don't understand Canadian geography. So anyway, the French Canadian, he rubs the lamp, and out pops the genie and says, I'll grant each of you a wish, and obviously you rub the lamp, you can go first. So the French Canadian, being total separatist, doesn't want anything to do with the rest of Canada at all. He says, can you build a wall around Quebec, a mile high and a mile thick, so that they keep the rest of Canada out? Genie says, no problem. There it is, done, right? The Newfie walks over to the genie, and the genie says, it's your turn now. He says, right, sir, son. Is that wall there, is that wall waterproof, right? And the genie says, well, of course it is. It's hermetically sealed. It's perfect in all ways. He says, all right, then, fill her up. Okay? That's what happens when you build walls. That which you think will protect you can actually destroy you at the same time. So that's the allegory of that, as shared in a light little joke, right? I love Irish jokes the best, by the way. And the Polish ones are good. And yeah, there's a few good ones out there. Anyway, so you got to lose the emotion, guys. So here's how you can start to dispel all of the drama around you with all of the people. Start treating this stage that you are on as the stage it is, or you will miss this, and you will get to loop this again. Right? Every day we move forward, we're getting further and further down the road, and the end is here. I can see it. It's beautiful. We are like twinkling of an eye away from this, guys. Really. And put a big smile on. It's glorious. It really is. And you guys that are tuned in are part of it. This is the magic. You're part of it. You co-created it. Isn't that cool? I think it's great. So start looking at the world as the stage that it is. And I mean this in the most literal sense. Stop for a sec, get silent, have a look around, and start seeing the drama. Look at the set. It's beautiful. It's well decorated. It's very real. It's got trees and birds and foxes and bears, and oh my God, it's got everything in it. It's got, these built, you call them buildings. got cars and all manner of characters walking the planet. Extras, set hands, stage hands, gaffers, grips, minor roles for people in your life. Some have more major roles. We term those usually family and stuff like that, and close friends. These are the main cast of your performance. And look at how you interact with the cast that's why they have a caste system, guys. Pay attention. They showed you in India, for crying out loud. But everyone, oh my God, you're getting all caught up in the drama. Right? If I burn my finger right now, did you feel it? No. So what does it matter to you? It only matters to you if you burn your finger. Only then will you experience it fully. And sometimes you interact with some of your, cast members. You might get physical and harm them. You might beat them. They might beat you. Right? You might marry one of them. You might live with one. You might have kids with one. You might, hang out with the same cast members from, high school or secondary school or whatever the case may be. And you go through your entire lives with these cast members close to you. Well, I assure you, my cast members, whoa, they did an amazing job in their role of what they were in my life. Heroes and heroines turning into absolute villains. Some villains getting turned around into heroes and heroines. It's really neat once you start to see everyone that you ever interacted with. Most of them, as you will, if you're walking through the mall, those are all extras. Universe put them there so it makes it feel like you're actually in a busy mall, so you can experience the whole idea of it being busy, right? You don't want an empty stage set. You want to have something moving around in it. Keep your movie interesting, keep you in the game. So when you start seeing the people that really piss you off a lot, start handing out your awards. You get Best Supporting Actor in a comedy drama series in the role of Smelly Dirtbag Asshole. Well done. You get the Oscar or the Grammy or whatever the hell it is. Doesn't matter. The Genie. I don't care. We'll call it Genies because they have the Genie Awards. And it's all magic here, right? And as soon as you do, when you hand them the award, what you've done is you've actually acknowledged that they are just a cast member in your production. This is where you really have to separate the physical from the spiritual. And when you start seeing the physical for the illusion it is, and it's very real, it's still there. It's very important. But you got caught up in it too much. Instead of playing, now we're slaving and we're slaying each other. Would it not make more sense to have a better movie? Start treating your cast members the same way you want to be treated? And of course you're going to start bitching and complaining because some cast member, did something to you and then you did something back, and it's great. It's great drama. I mean it and some of the stuff gets pushed a little too far, some people take the role so seriously they abuse their fellow humans. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, and we've all done it. We've all been part of it. These are the things that we need to change. We look at it, okay, well, and look what happens. You bring other characters, into your game that you may or may not want, like the meat stick extras and cops and judges and stuff. Like the really stuck cast members, they're so in their role. Do you think you're going to wake these guys up right away? Not a chance. See, they're the sleepiest ones on the planet because they're sold the deepest into their ego. And I'll tell you right now, any of them listen to this, they haven't got a clue what I'm saying. They don't know that they've been duped by phonics. They don't know that they've been owned by their ego. They don't know that they've been so well conditioned and well trained to be emotional and be all sort of up on a pedestal. And that's what ego is. Ego is a pedestal. Go ahead, ask me why I hate pedestals. It creates division. It creates separation. Go ahead, put me on a pedestal and wait to see what happens to you, to your little meat stick with ego chainsaw thing going on. Got the flamethrower here with me tonight as well. So stop taking your cast members so seriously. They're owning your ass and they're screwing you over, right? And you're letting them. And here's the thing, you're the camera from your perspective, and they're the camera from theirs. So you are one of their cast members. Golden rule, right? Do unto others, you have them do unto you. So what kind of scene are you trying to set here? One of, peace and harmony, or one of absolute chaos and greed and lust and, are you going to get caught up in the divide and conquer games? Are you going to get caught up in the ego owning games like opt? Anything you sign for or join up is a savior outside of yourself. And I don't care what it is, be it opt, be it Rusa, be it Nasara, be it Saint Germain, be it, one free world. The list goes on and on and on of all the savior programs that are out there. If you want to buy into that shit, you go ahead. But sorry, you're still asleep to the lowest order. You'll claim to be, I'm awake, but you're still chasing after, carrots. What happened to Pinocchio when he got lured into the amusement park called the world? They all had a great time eating as much as they wanted, smoking cigars, kids, right? It's all a bunch of little boys, right? The left mind, the Cain, the only ego. The left mind is the ego. Look at the allegories. There it is in Pinocchio again, right? And what happens after they stuff their faces full of chocolate and candies and candy floss and all the rest of the stuff and, pigging out and eating whatever they want? Next thing you know, the spell was cast over them and they got turned into what? They got turned into a bunch of asses. Donkeys. What does a donkey do? A donkey is a slave animal to humans. Okay? So there's your allegory. Can you see this illusion yet, or am I just blowing hot air here, guys? I'll tell you, the only thing got you pinned to this illusion spiritually is your friggin' ID. Cut the shit up. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to be part of the Akashic wave that's coming in right now, the tsunami of indigo violet. Lose the physical fear. You're playing, you are the starring role in your movie. And you're letting the extras push you around. You get to be the one to make the choices. When you do this, and Patty made such a beautiful, and I'm hoping that I can get her in here to do it again. She said to me and to everyone everything that I've wanted to say, and was trying to find the polite way to say it, and there wasn't one. And I will get to you in a sec, Lexus, because I know you want to come in here as well. But what you're doing in the physical action of doing that is affirming who you are spiritually, and you're saying it to the universe. And I need you to have a little faith in you, Mrs. Doubtfire. I need you to kick Mrs. Doubtfire out on her sorry duff, okay? That's why Homer drinks Duff beer, right? I need you to do this for you. And I don't care if it's ID you don't use all the time. If you still feel the need to hold on to something, fine. But the true essence of this isn't going to be known until you finally just say, yeah, I'm cutting the strings, Pinocchio. I'm done. No one's going to make an ass out of me anymore. Right? And that's what assume is. That's the law, right? It's all about assumption. Yeah, they make an ass out of you and me. Equally, it has to. Right? And the biggest asses on the planet are the ones sitting on the bench and driving around in land yachts called cruisers with tasers and guns and the feigned authority of trying to be cause in a physical world that's only filled with effect. This is the stage. And look what they've done to us. Look at how far down we got. Look how far down we got dumbed. But now we have a hell of a contrast to see the high ground, huh? So there you go. Stop getting emotional with the people around you. Stop getting dramatic. And as you're all aware, I mean, these are very recent total epiphanies, confirmations of the highest order that have finally come to me, where I can make them mine. I've still got work to do, because I know that. I don't believe it. I know it. So people say, well, I think I still have... You think? Well, I believe I might have... Yeah, you believe? How about you just be honest with yourself? I know I have things to work on still. But I also know that I have come a very long way on the things that I have solved, from the things that I have taken off this camel to get it through the eye of the needle. And here's the joy of what I do every single night is I get to show everyone. They get to witness real-time experience of an individual that said, I choose truth. And nothing but truth. Not the truth. There is no singularity of truth. Truth is. It is all. Truth is love. It's unconditional. So start getting a little unconditional with yourselves. Or enjoy your stay here. Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but until you get this, you can never leave the prison planet. So there you go. Miranda, Ninja, how are you guys?
We're good.
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah? So how's the bitch rant tonight? Am I still on the page or what?
Yeah, it's still on the page. And I was just very quickly looking at, this is sort of just bringing into my mind reincarnation.
Yes.
And I just suddenly had a quick look at that, and I've just done a little tiny lexigram. I haven't really completed it, but it's quite interesting.
Did I mention to you I watched a video on reincarnation today that was posted on my Facebook?
You didn't.
Okay, well, this is why you're talking about it, because see how fast this is happening now? It's happening at the same day.
Yeah,
Keep going.
And today when I drove back from walking the dogs, I looked at the car in front of me's number plate, and it was GDO3, which is God 3. And I thought, oh, that's really unusual. And then as it turned off, I was then mesmerized by the next car in front of me, and it had exactly the same number plate, GDO3, but a different last three numbers. I was like, what? So 2 in a row. That was quite interesting. So I just did this quick one. Reincarnation, a container, to contain, an icon, to con-I, a contract, a coin, a trance, a retrace, retrain, reenact, reenact, reenact. That's as far as I got.
I think that's far enough. I just got another being in the room. Welcome to the room. There you go. I don't think this individual was looking for truth, but boy, they're going to get it real quick. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Where did Ninja go? Did we lose Ninja?
I don't know where she is.
I got Lexus. Oh, no, she must be muted on her end. Yep, she's still there, and I got Lexus in the call now, too, so... And I know Lexus is going to have something to say. I can feel it.
Hi, Kate. Hi, guys.
Hi. We having fun yet?
Oh, my goodness. You and Patty had me vibing. I thought I was going to disperse into pieces yesterday. It was crazy. I couldn't even breathe. Amazing. Okay, so it's just all coming together and going around so quick, but so I'd just like to talk on the issues of emotions being tied to our suffering. And it's our beautiful keys. It's our gifts from the spirit in the physical world. If you were to translate it to something in physical world on a resume, you'd call it our credentials. Yep. You know, when horrible things like rape and this and that and beaten and this, well, okay, so you know I'm working on a project, and I'm hoping you and the brilliant Patty will, have some input or something.
Absolutely. We do this together.
Right, and I'm working on what will be a big project and a letter that will be written to the entity known as government in Kanata. It'll be my own version of the I who shall not be named. When I send it, it's going to include all the ID cut up and sent with it. But I want to. This letter will include many of my keys on my yellow brick road, the ones that these people, the beings tied to their emotions still would call suffering or something to fight and cry over. My keys, some of my keys are, I was born illegitimate to a 16-year-old mother, being Native, being a girl, being raised in a born-again Christian family, being beaten and starved. I was a runaway at 13, never to return home, statutorily raped by men that were 40 years old when I was 15 years old, in foster homes, even something as simple as being left-handed, just the simple annoyance of that out in the world. When you get that wonderful gift of the shift of to see the light, to see the truth,
the joy.
I am so beyond the words to describe. I just hope that all the beings can feel how grateful and humbled I am by such a gift from spirits, from the ancestors, it's such a beautiful gift, those sufferings. It means you are entrusted with such wonderful keys in life. And I can prove this. I can prove this statement I read a couple of definitions in Black's Law Dictionary. And the first sentence of this letter to the entity called government, the Alexis Chastity Crown copyright is null and void through the fraud, but of me not being the name, but also illegitimate child in Black's law, common law. A such child was considered a child of nobody and had no name except the one gained by reputation. Being no one's child, an illegitimate child, could not inherit, not even from the mother.
You were born free, honey.
Fiducia. I have in my hands right now the document that is before the birth certificate, the live birth record. And on, Kate, you said last week, fiduciary.
Yep, mom's fiduciary.
The father's my
my
fiduciary, there is no name and it's crossed out.
Well, the fiduciary is your mom and the beneficiary is your dad. Right?
Okay, but still, mine on my key on my live birth record, there's nothing even there.
I see a much bigger picture for you, hon. The contrast you were sharing right now is so mind-blowingly huge. I don't even think you're seeing it.
And can I just finish my sentence?
Yeah.
And then I totally want to hear, or my one here. And then when I was conceived, the origin of contract of my existence. Now that's why I think that thing happened when I did run away when I was 13, of the kind of silly statutory, that stupid thing, was my mom was 15 when I was conceived, and the seaman that gave his,
his seaman.
Yeah, he was in his late 20s. It's invalid to the contract. There is no consent. And then my mom was 16, even by their own laws. I know I'm going too much.
Well, hang on a sec. Hang on. Let me just empower you here. The contract is invalid, and it's also crippled because it's invalid.
Right.
Keep going.
Right.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Yeah, and so even at the my conception, the contract was null and void because even by their own laws, my mother was underage and in violation to their statutory rapes violation of their own laws was being statutorily raped and did not have by their legalities capacity to contract. So says their own laws.
You were born out of wedlock. You were born free, hun. By any stretch of the imagination.
And that applies to me.
Yep.
Yay! You've just described not every detail, but most of them of my situation too. So we're not.
And I just want people to see the pain as being. It's not. Look for the keys. See how it unlocks the door to your freedom. It's there. Just look. Don't. And people, another thing I have to say, from all of having been a child of suffering and beating and rape and this and all these horrible things, don't fight for me. I'm telling you not to. I'm fighting for something else. You sit here focusing on me. I don't want you focused on me. I want you to focus on the head of that dragon and go and slay it. Look, there's a bird. No, don't look at me. Don't look at those.
You are doing this perfectly, hon. I'm just riddled with goosebumps. I feel the energy from here. And I wanted to share something with you as well. What you're saying is, don't see, you'll hear me say it, hey, I'm the walking, talking three-way here. I'm just a clue. And that's exactly what you are. Don't look at me. Don't look at the messenger. Look at the message. Feel the message. Do you want to feel that? I'm telling you, I know what you're feeling, Alexis, because with me, although born in mom and dad married and everything else, I was born in a house. I was born free in that regard. I wasn't born in the state hospital, right? So there was an essence of that, and of course, that's what the natives and the Celts, Irish and whatever Aborigines, we've endured our share of, reptilian boot on our neck, if you will, call it the crown. Yeah. What Lexus is saying, you need to hear. You need to hear it with your heart. And if you want the kind of freedom that she's talking about, that she I'm sorry, you brought a flamethrower with you too, and look at her. We got 2 candles on the table now. We got 2 flamethrowers running full bore. At least 2. I know Ninja and Miranda, they carry theirs always with the pilot light going too, so it's all good. Okay, so yeah. Go ahead, Alexis. I'm waiting. Patty tagged me. She is going to call in, and tonight, why do I feel like I'm in a marathon tonight? You want to set yourself free. Start cutting up ID. Start destroying it, because what you're doing is you're changing the heavens. You're not changing you got to change the heavens first. You got to change your intent first, or nothing will manifest. You are fighting. You're the dragon eating its tail. Never mind that. I mean, what Lexa said about the birds. You're staring at the birds while you're chomping on your own tail. Okay. You're zombies. You are the Walking Dead. Come back to life. I implore you. Cut it up. Get rid of it. And here's the thing. You can... Patty said it as well, right? All's fair in love and war. So the thing is, sure, you got whatever plates on your car. Just leave them. Don't worry about it. Just get rid of it. Just get the concept going. Cut up the ID. That's your first step. That's freeing you. The rest of the stuff falls away. Watch. The walls of Jericho are down. The walls of Jerusalem don't exist. You are the virus. Let's go viral, shall we? Maybe. Because I know I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being the child that I was. All grown up and ignorant as a stump. I chose knowledge for a reason. I was tired of watching all the brutality that children pull on children and dare to call themselves adults. I'll tell you, you put a 23-year-old children together of all colors, creeds, religions, and everything else, and leave them alone. You know what they're going to do? They're not going to put on bandanas and uniforms and go bayonet each other. They're going to giggle and laugh and play together. That's what we left. That's what was duped out of us. The difference now is we get to be those same 3-year-old children with that playful beauty back with grown-up bodies. Isn't that cool? Don't you think? Remember, you couldn't wait to grow up to get to do all the adult things? But you never really did grow up. Neither did I. We're growing up now. We're growing up right quick. We're starting to see the lunacy of this place. And anyone wants to tell me I'm insane? Oh, please. I don't want to be sane here, because this place is insanity. I don't want to be deemed sane in their world, because it's lunacy of the highest order. Yeah. Mini rant over. Told you it was going to be a good one. Oh, yeah, we need you in here, Patty. I know you're listening, so let me get to the board and see if you already are here or not. And guys, jump in. Nav, John, I want to hear from everybody tonight. Enough of the chicken shit. Let's get on this. If I have to go down and just open up. Oh, good. Go.
Lex has just said credentials. Credentials, ID, credit cards, salt, tears, create stains, star trails, sin and saint, candles lit, clean slate, dance inside.
That's it? Again, sorry, my sarcasm is getting worse. Okay, guys, I need you in here. Let's go. Hands up. Hit 1 on your phone or hit 1 on your Skype. I want everyone in this call tonight.
Kate?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. As I told you earlier, I have a little brother that I gotta go and take for dinner. I'm gonna suck so much that I'm gonna miss. I'll have to see in the archive. But thank you so much. I wish I could meet Patty, and I hope
you will.
Love and
you will. You're probably just down the street from each other. Watch. Listen, kiddo. Thank you so much for standing. Let everybody know how old you are.
Well, I was born December 11th, 1981. I'm 31.
31-year-old. There's 13 in the mirror. That's why I needed you to say that. Okay? There's the mirror of the 13th warrior. Will you dare reflect in her? Well done, kid.
Much love.
I am beyond proud to know that your light is shining with mine and all the rest of us. Brighter and brighter, we gather these torches together. So there's another one to the fire.
Hip hip hooray to all the warriors. Much love. I gotta
go do your thing, hun, and thanks. And yeah, definitely catch the archive. And thank you so much. Your passion and spirit is beautiful, and it went around the universe. Thank you.
Peace and love.
Right on.
Thank you, Lexus. Thank you so much. You've given me a key.
Hi, guys.
Thank you,
Beautiful. Lots of love.
It happens on these episodes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Keys?
I hadn't looked that up. She did it for me. Yeah, very, very interesting.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, I'm not seeing any hands up here. I want to hear your success stories. Or your lack of sucking tax stories. Success, get it? Cess, tax. Uh-huh. Oh, man. Today has just been... no problem, Patty. It's all good. If you want, I can bring you in through Skype. I'll pull you in with me, right? Oh, here we go. Nav, John wants in. I'm just checking Skype now, so sorry for the delay, guys. So I'm going to bring Nav in. And I know Nav's on fire, too. He's been... Oh, and there... Stola? Okay. Nav, what's on your mind, my friend?
Well, I was really glad...
Hang on, Stola. Go ahead, Nav.
I was really glad to hear you say about the insanity thing, because that has been the way I've felt about this place all my life. This place is insane. So there must be, and I hate to say it this way, some kind of a reward for going through all this. It must be a big step in our evolution as a spirit.
The measure
this place is crazy.
As I've come to know through download, and it was never the purpose of it, which is the glory of this. This is why you're doing what you're doing. You didn't come into this expecting something because you weren't good because you were expecting something for it. You just did it because you could, and you'd already learned in previous incarnations. So what you're dealing with right now is the level of suffering that you have been through, the level of separation you've had from Source and everyone else. Sorry, had to sneeze. And everything else. Thank you. Is a measure of the contrast of what you were willing to sacrifice in order to gain the higher floor. What Lexus was talking about was exactly the same thing, and I could see her rainbow and the the gold that she was shining at the end of it is incredible. Go ahead, guys. Okay, no one wants to talk. I'm hearing hissing.
I said my piece for the moment.
Okay, well, I'll leave your mic open. You guys can mute on your end if you don't want to talk, and if you do, the mics are open. I'm leaving them open as soon as they're open. Okay? Stola.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, there you are. What's up?
Yeah. No. Had a wonderful day, evening, and it's wonderful to listen. And absolutely. It's like you say, and things are happening really fast. And so there's a lightning storm here, and windy, and in the darkness and with the lightning, it's wonderful. Playing guitar and just putting the notes and everything away. Going deep and dark. It's just wonderful.
Good. And just for people to know, I'm pulling Charisma and Patty into the call with me. Blog Talk be damned. I want people in here tonight.
Kate, just one quick little thing I was going to say. Instead of it being our tricky little bastard, we all seem to be lucky little bastards.
Once you find it, then you turn it into the lucky little bastard.
Yeah. And I remember being in a class at school, this was years ago, and the teacher was going on about how it was really okay to be illegitimate. And I mean, I'd always known I was illegitimate, but until she told me it was really okay to be illegitimate, did I feel totally guilty about it. It was quite fascinating, and then I felt like a bastard for years. Not in a good way.
Yeah, everything you think is wrong with you is exactly what's right with you. That was the pivot key for me when I read that in the Emerald Liberation Front paperwork, which we feel was written by who?
Oh, could it be Linda Goodman? I think.
Maybe Linda Goodman, one of the Watchers.
That little elf.
Well, you see, I have a different concept of the game now, and I've talked about Watchers before in the past, and, how cool would it be? Wow, someone's got a nice big motorbike going by. How cool would it be to get to be a Watcher in the next round? Watching all the kids spin out and being part of it to be the test for some, right? They are here, right? This is an infinite game, right? Doesn't make sense to me. But wouldn't it be fun to leave the playing field, but still be in the playing field as a referee and a shit disturber or whatever the case may be? I've met a few of them. That's why I know the energy. I see it in their eyes, especially when they run away. When I say things to them that they're not really digging. That I'm getting too close to finding out exactly who and what they are. I've had those experiences. And it's really funny when I think back on it now. Think of the people in your life that played the role of a cast member from a very neutral outside position. Because they only generally come in once or twice. They don't hang around. They just kind of come in, give you a little nudge, and move along. And if you need another nudge, you might bump into them somewhere at a mall somewhere, and it's like, hey, how's it going? And they'll just give you a little, again, just to make sure you're on the right path. Adjustment Bureau was the movie I was trying to think of. Effectively, that's how I see Earth. It is the Adjustment Bureau, and the only way you can create your own movie is to get into unconditional love. It said so at the end. I thought it was a great ending. It's, oh, look, love conquered all. They get to be together because they fought so hard in unconditional love for each other, divine feminine, divine masculine. They get to keep playing, but in a game of their on their terms of their choice. So they're not an effect to everything anymore. They're now a bit more cause over it, and we'll go through these stages as we move back to source. As universe breathes back in, it will breathe out again, and what amazing fantasies and fun we'll have. And look at all the infinite experience we're getting. Can you imagine from here how far we've come from and how far we have yet to go? Go ahead, tell me you're bored. Unbelievable. Patty.
Hi, Katie.
Hey, so what's on your glorious heart today?
Oh, man, I'm just still reeling in. I'm really, really tired, but good tired. You know, it's not that, just either kill me or get to sleep. It's just a really good, healthy, it's like a release, you know. Yesterday was really therapeutic for me. I don't know about anybody else, but it really helped me just to kind of release everything. So.
Oh, we had lots of feedback on that. And you said something interesting there I want to jump on very quickly. You said you're tired. I said, no, you're fired. And I thought, well, why would they call losing your job getting fired? Well, what they're doing is they're stoking up the fires of your Prometheus, your pro-me-theos, for me God, right? Never made sense to me why someone would be fired. It doesn't, yeah, you hear it, but it doesn't make sense. So if you've been fired, well, stoke that engine, locomotive. Start checking up the tracks. You're the little train that will and has and will never stop.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been a really really good day. Everything released to me. Like I just had all this internal dialogue and just I'm still kind of trying to get healthy, and I didn't even care today. Today was just like a day that was just a total release of everything. Even if I had pain, it was okay. It was not like, oh God, So.
Well, we're in the end throes of this. You know that, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
The moment we've all been creating for is about to hit. I knew last night when I went on that this was going to happen last night because it was rehearsed for me the day before, but I didn't actually know if I was going to do it or not because I just didn't feel up to it. But once you said a few words, I just thought, it just got ignited. And I think through that little spark and that ignition that you gave me, that I gave other people, those sparks were lit last night. There's no question about it. And as I said to you this morning, Katie, that I woke up this morning knowing I woke up, my heart was so full of joy and love and peace. The shift happened for me personally last night in my sleep because the person that I woke up being today is not that person yesterday. And that I know. So this is, again, it's that, moving up, and now there's that void below me. Well, how perfect timing is that last night we just made this request through the ether, at least 20 people stand up, and who knows who the 20 people were. Maybe there were 500. Well,
right?
Yeah, we had, actually I always check the numbers because those add up to something really fun. But yeah, it was in around the 12,000 mark last night. I don't check for how many people do we get. No, that's not my game. I'm looking at what level of consciousness did we achieve. I'm looking for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to gauge. I mean, I'm looking at the geometric universe, so I'm playing it geometrically, and it's kind of fun.
Well, Katie, number 12 means government, and the shift that I had last night means the government change. It's the changing of governments. That's what it is.
Yeah, the control mind, yeah. And here's the thing: the only thing that is holding back these dams of truth are those still clinging to the illusion, still unafraid to get out a pair of scissors and grab a credit card and cut it in half.
Well, then the pair of scissors are going to come and cut them because that's just how it works. And we both talked about that last night, that, be it a vice, be it scissors, be it whatever it is, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt. Yep. I used to say this to my kids all the time. I'd say, you know what? I was a bit of a fanatic, okay, I admit it. I'd say to them, you can do this two ways, If God's showing you something, or the universe is showing you something, and you keep ignoring it, you think things are going to get better or worse. Well, they're going to get worse, and they're going to get a lot worse until you get it. So just suck it up and do it.
Exactly. Guys, jump in. I've said the piece. I want to hear from you guys for the next few minutes.
It's quite interesting, Patty. I looked at your name again last night, and you can have cards, bye-bye, ID, bye-bye, bye-bye crap. Which
Isn't
I thought
that
was
amazing?
Yeah, and of course you've got the word peace in there. And it was funny, do you remember last time I asked you about being a pediatric and that you had worked in pediatrics, that's theirs too. I haven't managed to do a lexigram as yet, but I will get round to it.
Well, I think it's fascinating. I think what you do is just, I've dabbled in that a little bit, just doing a lot of anagrams, and I've worked quite a bit on them, but I never got to the point that you have, and I admire that. It encourages me to kind of look into it again. It's fascinating, isn't it?
In a way, Patty, though, it's not even me. It's just like my higher self. I just completely zone out now. And I just see a word, boom, 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 and out it comes. And I'm not even in, I don't mean trying to make it happen or in control of it. I'm just letting it do its thing.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's even better.
There's so many synchronicities happening all the time with clocks and everything. You just feel it. And it's wonderful. Don't know what to say. So,
isn't that true? Even just practicing what you're talking about by, I went out today and I was walking and I thought, we're so used to, wanting to see everything around us outside of our peripheral, It's so hard for us to just look straight and go, okay, I'm in the moment. What am I looking for? What should I see? That's where I try to get my head all the time now. I mean, who the hell would ever think of this? I mean, this is so foreign to us. So it's really, I really have to practice that thought all the time. And when I was doing that today, coming home, I was asking certain questions and stuff, like Kate says, and I'd ask this question just in my mind, and I'd look up and I'd look at a license plate, and because I know the numbers and I know, like you guys, we can read them, right? And I just got all my answers. So you're right, just staying in the present. It's all right here.
Here's the trick to the analogy of that. You guys ready for this? This will blow you away, I promise. Staring at the actors and start looking at the set. The actors will distract you. Well, look the word, distractor.
Oh, and that's what I was meant to say to you the other night when you were mentioning ripping down the set. And, of course, set is the other name for the devil. Yeah.
Yep, SETI, sunset.
Yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
I missed that one. Good call. Yeah, there's just too many to count now. It's like I don't feel bad missing one or two. No, it's I don't. Yeah, that's the joy of this too, because as people are picking up on the game to this level, it is. Who's calling us? Private. Never mind. As people pick up on these things, and I get this beautiful. This is the feedback I get every day. It is beyond astonishing, and it's beyond beautiful that people are actually seeing what it is I'm talking about. And we go back to the someone's typing really loud. So if you're going to type, if your mic's open, just be gentle on the keys. Thanks.
That was.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. Just don't bang the keys around. Tony used to give me shit for that all the time because I was famous for it. I tried to mute and whatever. So, and he actually he was worse than me. Most times you can hear him banging away, and I'm talking banging away. The whole table. My table was moving when he was typing.
No, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Are we having fun now? Finally, are we starting to see the comedy of this whole world as a stage thing yet, or? Guys, listen, you have no idea what I've been through, I've had to endure. And now I look at it and go, what a movie! That was awesome, you know. and now we get to wrap. Okay, guys, this is a wrap. Raw P. Yeah. That's why they call it rap. Rap. Raw P, which is of course ro. That's the spirit breath of your God within. So hey, let's all rap. And what is rap? And well, the early version of rap was just spoken. There was no music involved in it at all, right? So just throwing other little things at you and see if what resonates and yeah, what a beautiful grab there on set, Miranda. That was how did I miss that one? Fuck. Oh right, I'm an Irish blonde bimbo. I know why. Okay, solved. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm gonna go hang out with Charisma, and we'll have some fun, eh, Charisma? Oh, where are you? Did you leave? There you are.
We're definitely going to have some fun.
Damn straight. We're going to go. Oh, are you into Japanese food?
I love Japanese food.
Cool.
Seafood.
Okay, well, I can't do the seafood thing. I can do vegetarian. I love sushi and sashimi. I love all of that, but I can't do it anymore. But I can definitely do the vegetarian stuff.
Well, there is a beautiful Japanese restaurant right down the street from where I am.
Excellent. See?
And the girls are coming over to play some euchre. We're going to have some...
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Then can we go boy trolling?
Yeah, we can. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Awesome.
What time are we going? Count me in.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Come on over.
Okay,
Is it a private party or something?
Well, no, I was just gonna say, guys, keep in mind this is very serious radio here. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Who the hell is calling over and over?
What was I thinking?
No, don't know that number.
Story with the movie World War Z.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. By the way, I'm. This is the first time really talking. I'm a little nervous, but
no, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
The allegory with that movie was I found it a catch-22 with the vaccination at the end.
Look at you, mirror girl.
Yeah, I thought we're still damned if we do and still damned if we don't.
We don't. You see? That's the good and evil, you know. So there's an allegory of the vaccine saving humanity with injecting you with poison. You see?
See, the thing is, all they needed to do is turn around and have a pee and drink it, and they all would have been fine.
Yep. Exactly. You're not going to get an argument out of me. Hang on a sec. Hang on a second.
Those vouchers.
I have to check with my partner. Hang on a sec. Fluffy, do we have an argument? No, she's wagging her tail. She's okay.
Patty, you made me cry last night. It was beautiful. Just beautiful. It was so inspirational for me. Exactly where I'm at.
Well, I think the people that were to listen to it did and will. Whoever's ready to hear it will hear it, and some will, some won't. We'll just have to see, right?
And Kate, you said about family. Oh, sorry, I'm loud here.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Keep going.
With the family, and we're all into this. Everybody get along. Well, that's fine, but when they're not following their own path and they're going down a script, you kind of have to let go, and that's been the hardest part for me. Like, not let go. If they want to come into my space, they're more than welcome, but I no longer follow a script.
Now you're talking. Now you're allowing free will choice to occur. I've done the same thing with all my family, and that was one of the last things I had to solve for myself, and I put it out there. And I've said it, if I don't initiate phone calls to anybody or text, whatever, I never hear from anyone.
Yeah, same.
Right? So
yeah.
So we don't, and I'm saying this in the allegorical sense, with the literal sense of matter or material, okay? I don't matter to them. I don't matter in their universe, you see. I don't exist there. I'm not matter there. And that's not like, it used to be, but not anymore. I know what it is now. So I love not mattering anywhere. I think it's freaking awesome.
Freeing.
Oh, well, little eaglets now with full-fledged wings and flying and all the rest. We're just taking you want the last tethers? Well, seriously, start getting all allegorical and start cutting up some idea, and you'll feel great, I promise.
Mm-hmm. I said to the girls, come on over when Kate's doing her broadcasting, and listen to her. The girls are into it. They're young girls. They're 21, but they come over and see me, and they know I'm changing and for the better, and I think they really enjoy seeing that.
Oh, and give them a heads up. I am a very deadly euchre player.
Oh, we're
okay
on that one there, Kate, for sure.
Excellent, because I love a good game of euchre, and I love lone hands. And you wouldn't believe half the stuff I go lone on.
Oh, you sound like us.
That's all we used to do at lunchtime was play euchre.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah, I love euchre. And look, I've used that allegory as well. In order to have the strongest, what's the strongest card in euchre of any suit?
The ace.
Well, no, the jack, which is the left or the right bower. Oh, divine! You have to. Yeah, you see, you have to bow to the divine right in order to get out. You see, the most powerful force in the universe is God. In euchre, the right bower, the jack of the suit that is turned up, is the divine feminine goddess. Most powerful card, nothing touches it. It's God mode. See the allegory?
Wow.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
I'll show you allegories and everything. It's freaking awesome.
Well, knowledgeable.
Oh, actually, it's nothing to do with knowledge. It's got everything to do with just looking and not being so literal anymore. And once you start seeing this stuff, it's like I was saying to Eric earlier today. He says I can't look at anything and I can't look at anything literally anymore. Everything I look at, I go, neato all the time.
I had 2 mirrors break on me last month.
Oh yes, you were. I remember you mentioned it. And there was a couple others. Ninja, you had one too, didn't you?
I didn't hear what she said.
A broken mirror.
Sorry, Boo. What did you say?
2 broken mirrors I had last month.
Oh no, I didn't have a broken one. I had one that kept falling off the wall.
There you go.
Yeah, me too. One fell off the wall. And the nail was still on the wall. It was like a freight train. It woke me up in the middle of the night.
Wow.
It was the weirdest thing. And I
just threw out a mirror.
Glued on.
And I've lived in the mirror backwards for a lifetime, so I get the mirror thing. Pretty cool. And we have Magnolia joining in too, so I'm going to open up her line. And everyone, please, all your mics are open. Let's get this partay rolling. We still got a half hour before we run into sudden death overtime. Sudden meat stick overtime.
Got another lengthy for you.
Yeah.
Kate, got another next round for you.
Yeah, go.
Illegitimate. I'm, I am, me, we, a legal eagle game, gamut, I am a magi, a gate, a magnet, emit time, meet me.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
That's a good one.
And you keep talking about eagle, and eagle is an anagram of legal. Why did we not see that before?
and another one, that's why you got to get out of the legal to be the eagle, right? Another one, too. Does gamete fit in there?
Gamete.
G-A-M-E-T-E.
Yes. G-A-M-E-T-E.
Yeah, see, that's gift, right? The abbreviation, GIFT, which is the gamete intra-fallopian transfer. That's why gift. When you gift somebody something, you're literally gifting every essence of your pre-born state. So I think we have to go back to the Z here, into the zygote. Zygote?
Mm.
And what's T? Love, right? So gamete, I believe, comes after the zygote. Isn't that interesting? And what is their symbol? Oh, I don't know. The head of a goat. Oh, there's going to be more coming on this one tonight. I can feel it. Oh, keep going, guys. You guys are just lighting my fires here. Yeah, sure. Light Kate up. That's a good idea.
Kate, do you want to hear? This is, I don't even know how I'm going to kind of put this together, but you were mentioning last night with Fran and her phone number that there was the yin and yang.
Yeah, oh yeah. Consciousness yin yang.
Yeah, and this whole. I'm just looking at kind of how in my life the allegories are all starting to make sense to me in terms of. Remember about the dot and the lines and how they took our circle and made it into four. They broke it up like a Big Bang Theory, right?
Yep.
And they broke it into four pieces, which is how they made the box. And so and that's how they got the line, like sign on the dotted line, right? So it's all about sticks and lines.
Yep. And the dotted line represents private. Should never have been made public. That's on my birth certificate. You pass on the dotted line. You never pass on the solid, right?
Yeah.
So this is about passing through. That's why I knew that document. Well, I've always known it was the one that will trap you is the one that will set you free. That's how this universe works. It's electromagnetic. It has to be equal and opposite at the same time.
Yes. So if you see if you look at the, I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. So if you look at the dot and the lines, okay, so when we walk somewhere in a straight line, the action of walking will create a line. So, and so and we're talking about the spark. Something about, I guess it would be our spark, right? I'm just trying to figure out how this all fits into this puzzle, and it's all coming right now. I mean, I think I'm in a download. So, okay. So, I'm the spark. This is what I'm being shown. So, I'm the spark. Okay. Now, I was an Olympic torchbearer in the Calgary Olympic Games, and I ran with the torch. I was one of the. It ran from I think Vancouver Island to Calgary. Now, this is all falling into line with exactly. What we're talking about, this yin and yang, and the dot lines, this, all this money and the fiat money and everything. So I'm a torchbearer. I'm carrying this flame from the Olympic Games. I've got a flame, a spark in my hand. The day I ran on this Olympic torch relay was day 69. Rick, who's the guy motion in wheels on wheels?
It's
Rick Hansen.
Yeah, Rick Hansen.
Rick Hansen, right?
Yeah.
Rick Hansen. On my day, I think it was on my day. Even if it wasn't on my day, but I think it was. It doesn't matter because he was the anchor. Okay, so here we have a guy who is not grounded. Okay, he's not grounded to the earth. He's above the earth because he's in a wheelchair. I think he's a paraplegic, and he's got the flame. He starts the race with his flame. So what that says to me is that you have to remember that this is the spark, okay, and we're talking about how they've created their own monetary system. Using our dot, our inheritance, our identity, they've taken it and they've created their own world through manipulating the dot and turning it into four little dots, square, which they did. And so, by using the square, they were able to create this false, kind of Oz world that we live in today. So here's Rick Hansen with this torch. the spark. And I'm just going to say, because I'm trying to find the two different sides here. So we'll say that he's the guy that's representing the box, okay, the Oz. They're not the good guys, let's just say, okay? So he's now on the wheelchair. Now, the wheel is, when you look at the wheel, and we talked about this briefly in the other time that I was on, Katie, where the wheel actually represents Jupiter, because Jupiter is like, it's got the dot in the middle, okay, and then let's just say that's us. That's who we are, dot, okay? And so you can see from that dot, what they did is they created the sticks from us, okay? So now you got the spokes, okay? So those spokes represent their, their creation of these sticks so that they could do what they did through magic. This is all magic, right? And so the outside wheel, of course, is, the chariot. The wheel is the chariot, or the wheel there. And that is the contact to the grounding. That's contact to Mother Earth. It's the contact to Gaia. So it's not who is the true contact, because the true contact is the dot in the middle. They just created their own circle, their own false entity.
Yeah, well, again, I look at the word chariot, chariot. I'll split it up into two words. You can get cha, or of course ch makes the ka sound, so I can go ka riot, right? Spiritual riot.
Interesting.
And when you're having fun, you're having a riot. So let's have a different kind of riot. Mm-hmm. Again, there is. We can talk about good guys and bad guys as a reference point. What happened was we got lost in one side or the other. Now we use it for only adjusting the contrast on our movie screens, right? I said this the other night. You can take contrast and go full to the left, and it'll light everything up. You can't see anything. The contrast is just too bright, and then you go all the way to the right, and it's all black, all void, right? So even in the contrast control of a TV set, or whatever the case may be, will prove this. And the only way you're going to see the picture clear and properly is when you balance out the contrast of the black and the white, okay? The light and the dark. And once you find that beautiful center point, there's your neutral. There is 0 point. Everything has a 0 point. The wheel has a 0 point, just as you were describing. The 0 point is the dot. The dot is you. So there you go.
Yeah. So he's in his wheelchair, and he's being presented as the false whatever, because it's not the true connection. So anyway, the flame goes, and now I've got it. So I now have the torch. I'm running with my own spark. Okay, these are my terms. I've got my feet grounded on the ground. I've got my feet connected to Mother Earth. I'm the one that's running with the flame now, and I'm the one that has the spark. And it happens to be on day 69, and here we are sitting and talking about this exact same thing, and I'm just telling you my story.
Seems to work very coincidentally. I'm surprised.
I am too.
Is my sarcasm getting better? And I have to tell people this. Pretty much everything you'll ever get out of my face, my first choice for everything I say is always going to be sarcasm. Always. All right? So, and I will say it I call it years on stage. I have no idea, but I used to do it to test the audience to see if they were actually paying attention, and of course they were. But, so everything out of face, unless I am really getting serious on something, will be absolute sarcasm. Because it sinks truth in so much better.
Yes, because you have to think.
Yeah, that's
on both sides. You have to think, and you have to think to receive it.
Well, that's the thing is, maybe I've just done it so I don't think about it anymore, because that's just my natural reaction to everything. Everything's sarcasm. Well, yeah, sarcasm. Divine feminine S.
About that torch. What it represents. Adam. I forget. Maybe you would know, Kate, something to do. They brought that in for their own light. The torch?
Okay, you've kind of lost me there. Now, are you talking the torch, the Olympic flame torch?
Yeah, like it represents something to the system.
Oh yeah, it's a ritual. The whole thing is an ancient Greek ritual of the Virgin. That's there's some great videos that were put up by Gumanthon, I think it's Gumanthon, Gumanthon. He did a 3 or 4 part series on the true meaning of the Olympics and the Olympic flame, and actually the ritual you're seeing now was actually introduced by Hitler and his gang, Nazi Germany.
I read that.
Yeah, it goes back to ancient Greece times, and what they did was who wrote the Bible and who wrote all the other books? The Greeks, right? And of course, that was one of the stop-throughs for the Pharaohs on their way to Switzerland. And I dare say, Luxembourg, the mountain of Lux.
Oh,
right.
Cool. I have, it's interesting because that you asked this question about the Olympics, because when I guess it was about 3 weeks ago, I just started really getting into this, trying to figure out, exactly the question that you asked. So I actually did research, and I can read you what I have, and it's absolutely brilliant, because what it shows you is, I took it right back to the beginning, and I took it back. I want to find out who the first runner was, because if I knew who the first runner was, I could break down his name, and I could find out the magic in his name that they used to start this flame, and I did, and it's fucking fabulous. It really is. So, I'll go. Is that okay to go ahead?
Yeah, just watch your fucking mouth on my show, though. Okay? Told you.
You asshole.
Thank you. Now we're talking live radio.
Before you get started, ladies, this is Magnolia. Hi, everyone.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, hi.
Not bad. Patty, is that
Okay.
the one who was speaking about the license last night?
Yeah.
Cutting of the license? Well, I was listening last night, and that's one thing I had not done yet, and I did do that, is cut my license up. And wouldn't you know it, Universe brought all kinds of little minions to my door this afternoon, which was pretty interesting. But
Tell your story. What happened?
My story.
I'll give you, as soon as you're done, I'll give you the allegory. But carry on. I'm laughing here. This is beautiful. Pretty positive. Cut and all. You just
all
go
right,
on the radio.
Cut through all of the chase. Kate knows where I've been. I've severed ties with all of this crap. I don't, I don't like being lied to or having smoke blown up my ass. And so, I'm all for standing in my truth, and I'm doing it very well. So far, so good. And listening to you ladies every night has been encouraging me to look inside myself, which I have been doing. And Patty, what you said last night really touched me and encouraged me to get up off of my lazy rear end and invoke that Leo ascendant of mine and get out and do a few things, which I had been, contemplating of doing, because I've been looking into myself and looking into where exactly I am located. And this is a interesting little place when you go back in history. So I'm getting, finding my balls, trying to, find myself and get situated to know that I'm here to do a particular task, which is take the system down, and I'm right here in the heart, and I plan on doing it.
Or you already have. You already have. You already have. It's already done. We're just steering towards it now. All possibilities are there, and what we're doing is we're steering the boat now. We're steering the mind, the ship.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Everything that goes on throughout my day resonates with what you ladies are talking about, or something I would see or do. It's just it's kind of crazy, but it's beautiful.
Isn't it fun?
It's fucking beautiful.
Great movie.
I was the emotional
Isn't this movie
mess
better now?
Oh my God!
Isn't the movie so much better when you're directing it?
It is.
Yeah.
And like this afternoon, I got my emotions got to me a little bit, and I started to, almost panic them. And I remembered everything that, we'd been saying. I'm directing it. It's here for a reason. Don't be the emotion. It's here to show me something. It's my catalyst to move, if you will. I'm not.
Universe told you. The universe told you a very clear message, and I'll tell you what it is. Because as soon as you cut the lines up, a clear message went out to the universe that you chose truth. Well done.
No kidding.
Thank you.
That's all it is. So next time you have anything like this, guys, it comes out, you laugh. And really, seriously, honestly, you think you have? Oh, come on, look at you, wake up. To the minions, right? So.
Right. So the minions that showed up at my door this afternoon, I, kind of laughed at them. I was nervous as a cat on a hot tin roof, let me tell you. And just like that time I had to go to court, Kate, and standing in my truth. Yeah,
And you did.
You're scared, but you do it anyway because you know it's the right thing to do, and I could not do it. I had to. So now I guess this is the universe's way of telling me what I need to do next. Because like you said, I would be tested, right?
Yeah.
Once I started doing the paperwork and got everything out there, and here they are knocking on my door, saying, "Here, we want to get some more paper," and I'm like, "No, what are you trying to aid and abet me in committing fraud?" And apparently he goes, "Well, I have to give this to you." I said, "Well, then I have to take your card. Let me have your card." So I have both of their cards. I plan on filing that crap with them too. Anyway.
Well, again, I don't get into the semantics here because it's going to go off somewhere, and I'll have a chat with you one because I wouldn't have even went that far. Yeah. I'm going to let you guys in on a secret here. Okay. Here's the secret. Free will choice means you have no choice. Let that one mull around in your noggins for a bit. Think you can handle it now? I think you can.
Yes.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You don't. We're here to play, right?
Okay.
If you choose truth, the minions show up. If you don't choose truth, the minions still show up. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. What choice have you got? You don't have one. That's the free will choice. Coming to terms with that. How much do you want to grow? That's the choice.
I want to get as big
Someone
and bad as I have to.
Someone just
got to go real big.
There we go. There's the truth. There's the truth moment right there. Listen.
Is she okay?
I make the same sort of sounds, but not. Never mind.
No, really kidding. My God. Hey, Kate. A few shows back, when you were talking about, getting into finding out who you are and all of that, you had mentioned something about Atlantis and the month of October, and I was curious if you could maybe elaborate on that, or
Halloween.
It has to do with Halloween.
Oh yeah, Halloween is the yearly celebration of the destruction of Atlantis. That's the Walking Dead. That's why we have the ghost goblins and all the tombstones and everything. It was my favorite. It's still my favorite night of the year. I love it because it's just people finally take off their human masks and put on their real ones. They get to. It's where everyone gets to play, kids and adults alike. It's the only friggin' day of the year. But the night before is you have All Hallows Eve or Devil's Night.
Right.
And then November 1st, which happens to be Miranda's birthday, is All Saints Day.
Yay! Well, guess what birthday is mine? I'm the 30th.
November 30th.
No, October 30th.
Oh, October 30th. Oh, okay. So there you go. And how we connect is that was the same day my dad's brother, Uncle Ted, that was the day he passed away in 2008. And that was the last time I was in Ireland with my dad. Oh,
wow.
Where he was actually walking of his own accord and not being carried in a box in 2011. So see how it all ties in? No, these are all parts of this most beautiful script. And everyone's playing the role, and we're stepping in and out of the script as we go.
Wow.
So it's friggin' awesome. Cloud Atlas, it shows you that very clearly. I was listening to the interview with Lana and Andy.
That was amazing.
And Andy when they were talking about Cloud Atlas. And as I was hearing them talk, even they didn't realize the depths that they went in that movie. It was astonishing. I was looking at him going, like, this is the joy of this. Your cast members don't even know what they're doing. They're doing it. This is creation. You know, you've got these actors playing these roles and directors and everything else. They're playing and they're showing these things, and they don't realize to the extent of what they're doing, because they're just performing their art, right? And they're still in system think and whatever, but they're presenting pure and absolute truth without even knowing it. We know the answers, we know the truth, and we will present it. We don't have a choice. You see, there is no free will choice here. It's neat, eh? You have complete free will choice and no free will choice at all at the same time. I had someone come at me about, well, you don't understand free will choice. There's this and that. I said, listen, there's free will choice, and it has to be its exact opposite, where there is no choice. And I just showed you what it is. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
We got a few minutes before we roll into we got just under 6 minutes here, so I'm going to get the word out for those that want to join in and listen past the top of the hour here into the recording. Call in area code 661. I'll try that again. Area code 661-467-2401, and of course, if you want to call in through Skype, refresh your page to see the Skype button appear if it's not there, and click on that. You'll be rerouted to the board where you can listen in. If you cannot do it after the top of the hour. Just over 5 minutes, plenty of time. You need about a minute and a half to do it. So there you go. Carry on.
Katie?
Yeah.
Do you realize you said 661 twice? Because when the motorcycle drove by, you had to repeat it?
Yeah, it's 13 twice.
Yeah. Crazy, eh?
No, not at all. Let's have a look at it. We have infinity right after it, and then, of course, we have 7, right? So we have, it's just a coincidence. Everyone, look away. I believe Alex Jones is going to be doing a show probably at the top of the hour. Maybe we should all go over there and, play in the fear porn line. You are the resistance to fear porn. Mm-hmm.
That hurts my throat when you do that.
I know, it's like that's a pretty deep voice for a chick, huh? Oh yeah, I could be devastating in a restaurant. I can come in with this really nice little voice, and then someone pisses me off. They go, "Hey, asshole!" and they're really deep, and and of course there's a mess on the floor and shit everywhere. And
you'd be a riot. You'd be an absolute riot.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh my God.
And I'm a party favor.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I've had some pretty wild times, man. But here's the thing: I've always been rather shy and innocent about it. I just kind of you'll see. We'll hang out. You'll see.
I've laughed so much, honest to God. Like today, I haven't laughed as much in months and months and months and months.
Here on that one.
Yeah, truth's a bitch. So am I.
Well, somebody's got to be. Might as well be you.
Well, yeah, hey, tits on a bull, baby. Let's rock. And of course, I think I told you today, Patty, we were texting back and forth, and my dragonfly tattoo that's on my shoulder, on my back, was put on by one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever met. Just a big man, you could feel the love oozing out of this guy. He's just beautiful, covered in all his own body art and incredible. This guy's an artist of artists, right? And guess what his name is? Had to be Bull. Just coincidence, right? Yeah.
You shit us not.
I shit you not. Yeah. Well, and actually, it hurts if you do, if your shit is in knots. Yeah. Anyway, how can we get serious about this right now? It's just we're seeing the comedy of it. That's why they said World War Z was one of the funniest movies I have ever seen. I am like, no, that's too funny. It's like, are people going to see this? Are they going to miss all this allegory?
Which movie was that, Katie?
World War Z. World War
Z.
Z.
I'm going to watch it later.
Yeah, I've got the link. I'll send it over to you. It's on that what is it? Via-Oz? Look at that. Via Oz. Ah!
That coinkadink.
Just a little one. Just a little one.
Via us. That's by us or from us in Norwegian.
You know the joy of this game is, are you starting to see how funny we as the creator really are?
Yes, I'm soon.
Listen, bliss is what? What is bliss? And if we're seeking knowledge to find bliss, well, the more truth we uncover, the more blissful we get. Because they say, ignorance is blissful. Mirror, mirror. No, it's not. It can be. Knowledge is equally, if not more so, blissful. So it has to be the equal and opposite. Ignorance must be as blissful as knowledge. Mm-hmm. Which side of the coin are you looking at? I'm just choosing to look at both and playing both sides of the coin at the same time. I kind of live that role, Which side of the closet am I going to pick today? Well, of course I'm going to the right side of the closet. The left side's boring. There's not enough colors. There's not enough frills and play, and it's
not enough shoes.
Not enough shoes, definitely. Of course, hey, work boots or shoes. It's like no. Hey, that's the other thing too, Chris. Is thigh-high fishnets with high boots and little black too much for Friday?
Not at all. I got shoes for you too.
Oh, I love you. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have some fun.
When you stitched it for a long time and you have to wear those shoes, then you get it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I generally max out at 2-inch heels, because anything higher than it's like, oh, that's not fun. And guys, this is for the guys. There's a reason why we kick our heels off to dance. Unless, of course, we're shopping for something else, at which point you generally wear 5-inch spikes, and never mind. We're rolling into the recording now, by the way, as in we're in the recording.
Great.
I only did 4-inch stilettos.
Oh, I just no. I'm good. I can do 3, but once I'm 5'9". I don't want to be any taller. Hell, power of the mind. By the way, I used to be 5'11". Okay.
I hear you. I'm only 5'7".
See, that's a 2-inch chop off. Well, the thing, that's why 2-inch heels puts me back to what used to be my normal height, and it's I'm 5'9" is a good height. I like 5'9". That's runway model height, and I'm good with that.
Perfect.
For me.
Oh, what I'd do with 9 inches, I can't tell you.
Oh, I could. Oh, this just went R-rated, guys.
And we're still on the air. Sorry, no, it's only because I'm just 5 foot.
That's okay.
What size are you, Kate?
What size? It depends on the fit of the shoe. Typically, I've got a pair of 9s sandals. I've got a couple of flat that are one pair that's 9, a couple that are 10, one that's 11. My boots are 11, but that's because I wanted to leave room for tights, because you know what it's like.
What's your body structure size?
Oh, I'd say I range between a size 9, 10-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like this?
I won't even say what I was going to say, but yes, works.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
We're gonna have fun. I got tons of purses for you too.
Oh my God, I got to travel light, kiddo.
Oh yeah, don't bring anything. You'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. Oh great, we get to play dress up. Oh. All right. Well, I'll bring my high boots and a couple. I'll bring a few things anyway. So. Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you around 1-ish.
Maybe around 2 or so, because by the time I can get hooked up with Vicky, I've got to take a run out tomorrow.
Is Vicky in Barrie also?
No. She's down around Erin area.
Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
where that is.
So, trying to think. North. Think extremely North Brampton.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that'll-
Bramley, kind of?
Well, no, she's not in that city. She's in the country. To try to describe it, it doesn't work.
I don't know that area that well.
Yeah, just go up north on Highway 10, about 10 minutes north of Brampton, and hang a left, and you'll that's where she's in. So
you just call me when you're closed, or text me, and I'll.
Well, I'll get you to text your Addy to my phone so that I have it, so I can Google it, so I have an idea where I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know your neck of the woods at all.
No, Barry, you're in for a real treat. Hicktown.
Oh, I've been through it. I've just never been in it. And look at that, Bar Ree. Huh?
Bar Ree. Yep. My name's Mary.
Yeah. Well, Bar as in the Bar Society, and Ree as in Light of God, right? So there is a reason why you're there.
Patricia's got the word
figured that one out
bartender
yet.
in her name.
What's that?
I said Patricia's got bartender in her name.
Oh no, I drank everything. There's no sexy in
Too funny.
Yeah, they could maybe sniff the glass, but that's about it.
Exactly.
Oh man.
And I do enjoy my little bit of silly puffy. That's how I sleep. I get the cool.
Oh yeah, I got that too.
Oh, good. We're gonna have fun. Chablis and silly puffy.
Broke my bong though. Ooh.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, let's go bong shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome. You know how I know it's been a great episode?
How?
Because we get to the rollover and we don't know what to talk about because we've covered it all. Now we're just talking.
Yeah. You haven't deserved
Your girlfriend thing now.
Yeah, this is, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, there's all the truth. Can you handle it? Great. There it is. All right. Oh, and I need to get my hair done so bad. But anyway.
And by the way,
you know, you all sound like a bunch of campy girls at a slumber party.
Love it.
You want to come and play, John?
It's definitely ladies' night on this show.
We can talk about that.
I wrote some truths in Facebook today.
Oh yeah.
That should maybe make the head spin a little. I don't know. But of course, yeah. The planets do not orbit around the sun. They spiral after it in a DNA. Yeah. Phi, Fibonacci sequence vortex.
Yep.
And there's 8 of the truths, and you can you cannot see the sun or any other star outside planets or moon's envelope.
Is that Jeremiah talking?
There is no light speed. There's no light speed. Solar.
Yeah.
It's solar.
It's all illusion.
Yeah. There is no light speed outside planets and moon's envelope, so that you see is near instantaneous. Oh, time is an illusion. There is only the now. You create what is not yours from Meatstick Media. I wonder where I got that one.
Oh, I don't know. Probably Alex.
Yeah. You cannot change the now by observing the pre-sent. Use your intention and send it for yourself.
Exactly. You got to get into the
destroy
actually. You cannot observe. You cannot observe or affect the now, because the now is already what was pre-sent. You can only get ahead of time the illusion in creator mode. That's where we got kicked back. So that's why I separate the now moment from the present or the pre-sent moment. You got to get to the pre-sent to affect your now. You become cause when you're in pre-sent. You will never ever create any effect being in the now, observing what you think is now, because it's all past. You're missing it. That's the time trap. That's the Saturnian. That's Horus. That's the eye of Horus, the hours, right? That was the illusion that was planted.
Miranda,
Yeah.
Do you remember you said about this just came to me, bartender?
Yep.
The bar, the lawyers.
Yes, no, that's what I meant. You are a bartender.
Where was my head? I do drink, okay?
Did anyone see the photograph of the skeleton? It showed the hip bones and the legs and the part of the the spine and ribs or whatever, and the skull was placed right in between the hips, right, sitting there, and it said scientists have discovered what they believe to be the world's first politician.
Yeah.
Head up his ass. It was beautiful. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that.
Was it one of your better ones,
Katie? You cannot destroy a photon.
What?
You cannot destroy a photon. It will record itself and appear somewhere else.
Yeah, have you been watching Bill Donahue?
Yeah, that one.
You can tell.
Because I wanted the last one. You are a photon in this illusion. And then you can't be destroyed, so I have to put in something, a little bit. But,
that's great.
Comforting, a little comfort at the end. And then a friend helps me there, and he comes with Dayton Miller's ether drift experiment. It was interesting. I could answer all of that, but that Einstein and those wondered about. And that's not being wise, Just so they got it all backwards.
Well, yeah, physics and science as it has been presented to us is completely stuck in the trap because they're trying to solve a spiritual problem using physical means. They're trying to use the effect to change it, and that's the whole order out of chaos nonsense, right? So it's quite funny, but we have to play this game and we have to have the illusion so it feels real, it looks real, we can experience it and have some fun with it. And for all you wonderful beings that are ready to graduate, many of you are, and you know it. Let's see what the next level brings, shall we?
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing thing to do, and now we play. Now we take our universes back, and I'm starring in my own movie now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the hot Irish blonde.
My movie's really boring right now.
No. Oh well, it's gonna get real exciting on Friday. What?
Real spicy.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I'm looking forward to some sushi though. So and actually, just so people know, Friday night is Santo's night. And he generally only does it 2 hours. So what I will say now, because I'm going to be hanging out, there won't be any rollover. I'm going to take an hour to myself for a change.
Good for you.
Well,
yeah.
Got to do it.
Just an hour?
Good for you, Katie.
Well, I'm going to take that extra hour that I would normally give to everybody else, and I'm going to be a greedy bitch and take it for myself. And
I was going to say you should take the whole evening. You need a break.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, well,
just a whole week off.
No, we're having too much fun here. And guys, you think I can hold on to these downloads for a week? I can barely hold on to them for a day.
I couldn't stand to be away from myself
that
long.
Break down
couldn't do that to me.
Deserve. It's not.
How do you break? Do you know? I don't have a. This is when you know your purpose and when you know your purpose and everything is clicking along. I am me. I am being with me. This is my universe, and my whole purpose to this is to never have to do it again.
Well, Kate, I've been asking the universe to free you up so you can have freedom and do your own thing. So.
Thank you. Me too. I'm presenting that energy. Oh,
me too.
University.
Oh, there's the ice cream truck.
Well, I think everybody's.
Yeah, hang on. Ice cream truck was going.
You want to listen to it?
Listen.
Oh my
guys, look at you getting caught in the drama. Listen to what's going on in the world. The universe was talking to us. Yeah, I want to hear the ice cream truck.
Wow.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. Yeah. It was the universe saying, yes, it's party time, kids. The ice cream truck's here.
I got goosebumps all over me right now. OMM.
Yeah. So, and that's something else I'm always mindful of too. I don't want to distract myself from the very things that I need to hear and see. And I've kind of gotten good at actually being able to talk and hear things around me at the same time, because I've been really working at that, because I want to remain constantly vigilant. Oh, and that's another thing in World War Z. The big lesson there is, every time you think you've got it, a zombie pops out of a closet somewhere. Okay, until the movie's over. So this is why I want to remain constantly vigilant. We cannot be arrogant, and we cannot be all we want. No. That's not how. There is no win or lose. There is only journey. Right? Winning and losing enters ego realms of competition. We all win. This is a win-win and a lose-lose at the same time. Right? So it's the only way you can have a singularity. It must be equal and opposite. And really, when you think about it, they both neutralize and cancel each other out. Isn't it magical that existence exists at all? I think it's cool.
No, standing here with the steel strings and the microphone, and it's lightning outside all the time, and knowing that nothing wrong will happen, kind of not having one calorie of fear of anything, because it's nothing like that, nothing. It's so wonderful.
Couldn't agree more. And I'm really looking forward to walk on the trail. Because after we're done here, I think I might take a walk down, and I generally don't eat all day, which I haven't. I take a walk down and see if they have. There's a little pizza place. See if they have any vegetarian pizza. If you like a pizza slice.
Yeah.
all the important things.
I was scribbling an anagram, a lexigram of Patricia's name. I'm just going to quickly read it. I haven't really done it, but this is it. Ascribe spirited script. Cards, bye-bye. ID, bye-bye. Patricia creates peace. Crazy rainy days are breezy. Patricia is deep and crispy.
Oh, that's great, Ninja. That is beautiful.
No kidding. Oh my God.
Miranda is the lexigram word elf. And speaking
Miranda,
of Ninja, where no, it's okay. Where's Ninja and her happy blades?
Ninja, where are you?
Oh, make sure she's still on the board, or she might have. I don't think she got bumped off.
She's passed out. She's tired.
Oh no. Oh, is she? Oh yeah, she's
3 o'clock
on board.
in the morning.
Yes, let her go. Yes, she needs to sleep. You see, and that's it. We hit the nail on the head so Ninja can get an early night. Awesome. That's awesome. Speaking of, I tell you what, I'm going to toss a tune on right now. What do you guys feel like hearing? Oh, I know what I'm playing. Never mind. Shush, I've got it. Because I wanted to play this. I wanted to play this on the UK show, but I didn't have it over there. Oh, here it is. So I really want you guys to pay attention to the lyrics. I wish the vocals were louder on this. I didn't have the say on the final mix. I like the vocals to be like right in your face. Well, it's kind of what the song's about, right? If you got voice, you should probably hear what the song's about. But pay attention very closely to the words here. And the reason why I want to do this one is because of what Patty brought to the table with Rick Hansen being, oh, there's the rap. See, perfect timing. Rick Hansen, of course, in the wheelchair going across Canada, blah, blah, blah. This song that I'm going to share with you was written for an individual that did the same thing, actually right after Rick. Young fella, all right? In a very specially built bike wheelchair thing that was, he went across Canada with his dad. Ryan was his name. Anyway, so I want you to pay close attention to this, and this was written in, what would it be, 2002, 2000, oh no, what am I saying? No, 90.
Did they do the Iron Man thing? They did, didn't they? I've just watched the video of them.
Something like that, yeah.
Was it Terry Law?
No, that Terry was the first one that made the attempt across Canada. He ended up having to be end his walk just past Thunder Bay, Ontario, from where he left the coast. And Rick Hansen came in after and did the coast to coast, and this young man Ryan and his dad did it as well. And I got asked to write this song. It was, I believe, 96 or 97. No, it was later than that. Yeah, it was towards the end of Athen Rise. 98, I believe, 98 was the year I did this. I'll have to look it up. But listen, I got songs. How am I supposed to remember everything? But anyway, here it is. So pay attention, very close attention to the words. And this is a song that's 15 years old. And I want you to see how relevant it is, how relevant everything is now. So if I could get you guys to mute out, I've got a bit of a hiss going on. I think it's might be you, Charisma. Somebody's got a hiss, so let me just double check here to see who's got the hiss going on. Okay, it's not Stola. Give me a second here because it drives me nuts. Let's see if it's Magnolia. Nope. Let's see if it's Nav. Come on. So don't take it personal. I'll open your mic up after the song, whoever it is. And Miranda, I'm going to check yours. Okay. There we go. Tell you what, I'm just going to mute out my mic for a sec. That mutes everybody in the call here, I believe. Okay, it's either you, Charisma, or Patty. So can you guys check your mute buttons on your Skype, please?
Would it have anything to do with like a headphone being on?
No. It's just it'll be just a internal issue with computers creating hiss. Some Skype does it. So if you could check your mute buttons.
Okay, I'm going to mute it right now. Tell me if there's any difference.
Okay, no, it's not you. Patty, it's got to be yours. Okay, let me try Miranda one more time. Oh, it's Miranda, because I didn't actually get her mic to mute. Okay, I'll bring you back in right after the song, Miranda. So here we go. Because I love doing this, I almost feel like a professional DJ. What are the odds? No, it's I'm serious. It's like, ask me if I'm doing this, and I'd say I don't know how or why, but I am. Anyway, here you go.
You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now it's our turn.
Mind and soul and our heart. Here we are, all family. Nobody
There, you get it?
Very nice.
You get it? Isn't it cool? Yeah, that's... Oh, man, there was a totally different intent when I wrote that. But I used to call that my Foster mix. Yeah.
Oh, he worked with Seal.
What's that?
He worked with Seal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's I can hardly wait to get back to music. This is the only thing stopping me. Sooner you guys get it.
You were in Nashville, right?
Yeah, I was signed down there.
What year?
Would have been 2000. The first CD, between 2002 2004.
So that was before all your bullshit that you went through.
Oh yeah. That's when the bullshit started. So I'm writing some pretty heavy truth songs.
Guess so.
Yeah. So very, very interesting. When I look at the montage or the collage of my life and my movie, my script as it's unfolded, this beautiful panorama of bliss and suffering, combination of contrasts, and seeing it for what it really is versus what it seemed to be in the illusion. The word magical just does not fit. And again, there's the mag I call. That's where magic comes from, magnetic, creation itself, you see. When you're calling from the divine feminine, magnetic, magenta, Magdalene from within, you're calling into you the magic, the mag I call, or magical gifts that we all have. And it was always in front of us. We just, you see how conditioned we got with the spellings?
Guess what my first concert was.
Which one?
Of all time. Like, very first. I was 16. Dix.
Who was it?
Dix.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Yep. Way back in 80, 81.
Oh.
Yep.
I'll see how brilliant you guys are.
Wow.
Guess which was the first concert, actually it was the first real concert I ever went to. Guess what the band was called?
What? KC and the Sunshine Band?
I wish. No, you guys will laugh when I tell you. First concert I ever went to, and I seen them two or three times. Anyway, first concert was none other than The Who. Who are you? Who?
Really?
Go figure. Yeah,
wow.
Know thyself, a little clue.
Well, Katie, you know what?
All-time favorite.
What's that?
Oh, I'm just thinking about all this stuff. I used to be a power lifter.
Yeah.
I used to lift weights, and I broke records in British Columbia the first time I ever went for a competition. And to me, it was just, I didn't even think anything of it. I just thought everybody could kind of do this, and they probably could if they tried. But it's just interesting because I did it for like 3 years, traveling around.
Yeah, you did it because you could. You didn't have any doubts. You just did it. Those that tried to do it failed because they tried. You don't.
Well, the spark is about power, right? The torch, the flame. That's where the power is.
Yeah.
And I was lifting it in my hand when I was a torture.
Hey, here, try this one on for size. I'll show you how bad the word try is, unless you're dealing in a tri-cycle or trinity, right? Here's the problem with try. Imagine if I got into a plane for the first time and said, I'm going to try to take this plane down the runway, and then I'm going to try to take it up in the air, and I'm going to try to stay aloft, and I'm going to try to land it. I just thought it was better just to simply do it. Whole lot more fun. I didn't go in with the doubts. I went in with got to do this. Got it. Yeah, there's nothing like hitting 55 knots. Typically the rollover. The ones I was flying typically between 55 and 60 knots. That gave you ground speed to nudge the nose up. Right, that's your rollover. And I remember the first time and just pulling back on that yoke, and of course you got to start with your feet, right? The rudders. That's where your rudders are. Oh, Mem's in the call here, so I'll open that up. But can you imagine if everybody decided to go in, well, I'm going to try that. I can understand the Wright brothers, well, let's try to take this thing off the ground. Because at that point, it hadn't been visually seen in our collective consciousness for a very long time, and we didn't know about it. But they did it.
And they're not going to stop you up there for a license.
No. I don't know what came first, the pilot or the license. Came first, the driver or the license? Right? Chicken egg, baby. Mim, how are you?
I'm good. Nice to visit with you this evening. I called in earlier, and I had to put the call on hold and take another call, and I'm just getting back in here. But, wow, it's been an interesting day. Went to a doctor appointment with somebody that had a test, and we were getting the results back on that today, and so was visiting and just putting out good faith intentions and so on and so forth with a friend, good energies, regarding the whole situation with another person before I had to travel out of town to meet this person to spend time with them. And after I got in traffic, these were the signs, the symbols that I got. 999 slow. 144 ohm. Zippy. 2 swans.
Nice.
Yay. YEAH dash okay. Kind of like yes and amen. 811 law. Now get this one. This was the last one. B as in boy, N as in Nancy, 8. And I had just had 811 law, and I'm going, what is that? Then I get the answer.
B in infinity.
As in boy, B as in boy, N as in Nancy, 8. B in 8 dash HO 11. And HO to me, I don't know, I'm thinking of home.
Yeah. Again, the H, capital H especially, is the bridged duality into singularity, right? The twins bridged. That's the rainbow bridge that they put across the H. And I say rainbow bridge, and that was a bridge I crossed many times at Niagara Falls going to Buffalo, right?
Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you. Thank you for filling in the missing piece.
Yeah, and of course, O is creation.
The 2 swans just made me think of these 2 beautiful white swans on this placid lake. And by the way, when we got the report, everything was fine, no problem.
Go figure.
So,
look at you energizing love and life around people, huh?
Oh my gosh, this is just so much fun.
Yeah, it's more fun being a creator than being an effect, eh?
Mhm.
Yeah, so now start having these beautiful visions and start pushing them with your intent, because you know you have the power to create them. You don't believe this anymore. You know this.
Oh, I do.
Doubt fire in the ass. Start putting it out there, because I know things today, especially the wheels are clicking, and I'm seeing things manifest literally within 24 hours.
Oh, it's happening really fast.
Like it's crazy fast. That's because the closer we get to this truth of creation itself, it's like was it Jason, I believe? Had sent here. Let me go to my Facebook. I got to share this with you guys, because this is like wicked cool. About using the doubt anti-doubt method of looking at something and asking in reverse, right? In the light of the light of God, in truth, as your himself, herself, itself, creator, reverse. That's what I tell people. You got to reverse out of here. And by the way, if you didn't catch the show this morning, or this afternoon rather, with on the main page of criticalmassradio.co.uk, I have a link up on Facebook for the Blog Talk download. It will be in the archives, but I urge you to grab that show and this one, put them together, and I guarantee you will have a mind map. I was on fire this afternoon. Like somebody lit. I was hanging out with Miranda and and Ninja, the 3 fates as I like to call us, or 3 witches, and I just get into a beautiful little pocket. Because here's the thing, I know that the people sitting in with me, to do the show are on exactly the same page as me, and that level of agreement really empowers, well, not just me, but I'm hoping it empowers the others, sitting with me as much as they empower me, right? Because I'm just taking that beautiful platform, that beautiful rock that the castle gets built on, and I get to build from there, and it's friggin' awesome. There is no room for doubt, and the downloads just come fast and furious. Where was it? I got to read this out to you guys. Let me see. Where is it? Yeah, greatly don't tell you what to do. They show you how it's done, and that's why you're not seeing these movements with individual leaders like the old days that got taken out. The Martin Kings and Malcolm X's and all the rest of it. It was from Jason. Now I got to find that was. Oh yeah, he just looked at his mobile phone number and the number breaks down. And you should see this. This is just crazy fun. Oh, thanks, Patricia. Patricia Spear posted a picture. Thank you. Gorgeous. We got the coolest friends in the universe. You know that? And as a result, we all have the coolest friends. How cool is that?
Well, you have such an incredible way. Everybody tells you that, and you know that, and it's just so wonderful that you're able to put into the words, as you've said so many times. You have that gift to be able to speak on our behalf the things that are in the collective out there, but everybody can relate to it. They resonate with it. They may not know how to put it in the words that you do, but you just so beautifully speak it, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's impeccable.
Well, it's your words. That's why. That's what the Akashic is. When I talk of downloads, yes, absolutely. Vincent was wanting "You're the Sun" to me, so I'll have to put that on before we finish off here. But again, this is your mirror. Oh, it is. It was from Jason on Facebook. Thank you so much, Jason. Here's a creator in action. Check this out. I love this. This is somebody that gets it and is actually empowered with it and is utilizing his creator skills. He wrote, "Beautiful day here in United Kingdom. I asked for lots of chemtrails in the lovely blue sky, and lo and behold, it's totally here." And you should see the picture he sent me. It's stunning. He took a picture of it. So yeah, look at this. I asked for chemtrails. What's going on here? It's severe blue, as we pilots call it. Careful, the weather's severe blue today. You might have fun.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, see what I mean? This is what I love witnessing. It's you see, I know what I can do, and I'm going to paraphrase a beautiful teacher. You can do greater things than I. I know this. I don't believe this. I know this, and this is what I'm urging for. I want to see these beautiful creations of those, and there are many of you that can do far greater things than I. I'm doing my thing. You get to do yours, and look what we do. We create a beautiful world together. And the reason why these words come to me is because I have an open sea and open ears to hear you.
And thank you.
Your words. Yeah, thank you. These are your words.
Well, you have a pure heart, and it's beautiful, and it's lovely, it's sweet, it's winsome, and it's wonderful to be a part of. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's nice not being angry all the time. I was angry for most of my life, situation and everything.
Awesome?
Yeah, well, this is what you're finding now is I finally. It's funny. I put on Babes in Toyland last night. I don't know why. I just thought it resonated, and then I'm watching it, and it was so hokey. But anyway, I'm watching Annette Funicello getting carried around. It's first 10 minutes or so on the shoulders of everybody, and I'm just looking at her going, I get to be me. Because
it's being in that childlike space. I mean, it's just, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's I can't even describe it. It's like I'm getting to experience the prom I never went to. I'm getting to experience the first date I never had. I'm getting to experience all the things that I always wanted to growing up my whole life, where I was denied that based on social stigmas, norms, and everything else. And, a little hiccup on the DNA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's finally just being me. And I got to tell you, I was out yesterday. I had to go get bread and some lettuce and a couple of things, and I had to stop in to another place because they didn't have the toothpaste I wanted at the place I went to. And I went to another place, and what was really amazing was, as I'm walking around, and I took my time, right? I was out, and finally okay with me. I'm finally okay, and I'm walking around, and I've got just come around, walking down one aisle, and this guy was walking towards me. He just looked at me and says, "Hey, how are you?" And I said, "Fine, how are you?" I was just like, "Really?" And it's just, these experiences are mind blowing. This is why I know my universe has shifted, because all the fears that I had of being me they were created within me. You see, as all fears are created within ourselves, and all I'm trying to do now, and that's why I've talked about baby steps for so long. If something scares you, that's fine. Find something that's just a little less scary and do that first, and that's your cowardly lion getting bitch slapped, right? And then and all of a sudden, when you get to that point, that something a little thing that scared you, and it's real, it's a real fear. That's part of the movie. But when you get there and you look at it, you go, "What the hell was I afraid of?" And then you look to that thing that was 2 steps away, that was really terrifying. It's not so terrifying anymore, because now you have the experience of making that step. That's the most important thing, actually, the doing and making the step. And then now, taking the step isn't so difficult because you've learned how to do it once. So that fear, you're not as scared to step into it. And that's what I found for me. And I think this whole journey I've been doing for the last, like I said, I guess 5.5, almost 6 years, has been this journey of the ugly duckling to Cygnus Trumpset. And I really, if you go back through, I can see the whole thread. I can see the continuation. And I think, as I said to Eric today, the only role I have here that I see that is pure purpose for me, and I know this more now than ever, it wasn't anything other than, one, finding the yellow brick road, the real one, and then sharing it with others so they can find their own. I just had to find the way to find the yellow brick road. Now we all walk it together in our own paths, and with the things you were sharing, Mem, and everyone else, the plates and Jason and his pictures and all the rest of it. What is being shown to me now is that reality, and more importantly, the reflection that I'm getting from everyone else around me is a mirror reflection of me as well. So this is why being neutral, being absolutely 0 point, and allowing things to travel through freely and travel out freely, that's songwriting to me. I never worked to get songs. That's like you with weightlifting, Patty. I didn't try to do it. I could just do it. And I'd be honest, I didn't know how people couldn't. But that's the reality of when you find your niche and your thing that floats your boat and sinks your anchor. Mm-hmm. You do that. And plus, I couldn't give birth to children physically in the normal way, so I just became a song whore and birthed thousands of children. What a slut!
Not a girl.
Just a whore.
Girl.
I had my musical legs spread like since I was 16, popping babies out.
That all I have.
That's it.
You have such a way with Morgan's wit.
Sorry, I just like painting. I like painting pictures that people can get really clearly.
Yeah, that's pretty graphic.
Fun when you're visual.
Yeah. Oh look, you just gave birth to simple love. Oh look, you just gave birth to it as you. Oh look, it's like a pop, 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 out they come. But that's because I was an open vessel for it. It was effortless, right? And that's what I'm teaching. If there's anything I'm teaching, is you to be effortless. To be Wu Wei, to find your center, the art of doing without doing. Cool, huh?
Well, if I can share another quick story, someone very dear and precious to me who's made the transition and is on the other side. They used to work at a cemetery here in the area where I live, and it's a big, beautiful cemetery. And I've always wanted to go back over there because we used to go there in the fall and gather leaves for compost. And it's I learned to love that place because this person, had this love for the peacefulness that was there, and just big overgrown trees that shade the lanes and that type of thing. And today, for the first time, as I was coming back into town, I stopped by this place and parked my car and sat and got out and walked barefoot on the grass and just slowly walked and looked at things. And by my car there was a tree, and there was this squirrel that came down to see me. And I don't attract animals like that. I get along with animals. I've had, a beautiful animal that I love very much, and we had a very good, relationship, spiritually between each other. But outside of that, with just animals in general, I don't usually have animals just come up to me. And this squirrel would not leave. I took several pictures of him, talked to him, and I had said, "Are you trying to get my attention to let me know that my loved one knows and, is happy that I'm here?" And it was just a half an hour of incredible, interaction with this squirrel, and looking at him and having him go up and come back right at head height, just right where he could look me in the eye and talk to me. And so anyway, that was another really interesting, neat thing that happened today.
Isn't it beautiful when you meet eye to eye with something of the wild, and you see the consciousness just shimmering within them?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That connecting, that's when you know you're connected to everything. That's when you know that every photon, atom, whatever, essence, spiritual, is all connected. Everything is one. And we just get to be interplaying parts of the same beautiful, absolute, infinite creation. And we get to take credit for it. And we also get to take blame for, see, you got to have the duality, right, to get the singularity. But really, at the end of the day, everything is perfect. In its imperfection, the universe is perfect.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Wow. You see, that's the thing. I had that squirrel a little while ago there. Normally, it's happened a couple of times where they would come up on the deck looking for, sometimes they crackers or stuff out on the chair, and they'd help themselves. No problem. That's why I left them out, right? But I'd be sitting in the chair, and I'll never forget both times too. The same squirrel, and normally he would bolt, or she, I'm not sure, and didn't bother to check. It didn't matter. But I'd see this squirrel, and it would bolt as soon as it hear any noise or caught sight of me. It was gone. And the last couple of times it stops, and it just I was able to look in its eyes and go, "Hey, how's it going? Get you some treats. I'll be right back." And I'd get up, and then it'd be in its normal place where I always throw the stuff down. It'll get to the point where, I've got what do they call those? Mourning doves, sparrows, and whatever that I'll be sitting out on the computer on the deck, and these beautiful birds and whatever, they'll come and just perch on the rail. It's a wide rail, and they'll perch there, and I know they're at peace because they fold their legs up and they sit down on their bodies, so they're not in a state of fight, free or flee, So you found a beautiful center point, and that energy, you're magnetically attracting other parts of the universe. Because when you're at peace, the universe knows it. That's why we've been so distracted from, nature in general. It is a beautiful creation. I know I beat up the physical universe a lot. It's only to break the illusion, but it is perfect. Everything is perfect. I have to do it, though, to get people out of the illusion. And it's not always been fun. It's not always been easy, but I knew it had to be done. And as much for, for me. I had to bust it for myself, because I had to bust it for me first before I can share anything. That's why when I talk, I'm speaking strictly and only from experience. I can't tell you theories. I'll leave that for the fool scientists that theorize this and theorize, and at the end of the day, they're all fucking wrong. It's funny. Theories, eh? No, I'll take real life Oh, here, I had a fortune cookie the other night. Eric brought a couple of things home, and my fortune cookie. Now I'll read it and take the first initial reaction of it, and I'll tell you what it actually says. Ready? Okay, if I can. Chance favors those in motion. First reaction, people would say, "Oh, it must be you have to move to, be on the move, doing and everything to, have good luck." No, not at all. Chance favors. Oh, sorry. Here, chance favors those in love. The only motion in the universe is love.
It's just amazing.
Puts a whole different twist to it, don't it?
It's just amazing to me.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen such a change in you, and I know it's everybody who's listening, because there's just, it's like somebody whose shoulders have dropped, because like you said, like those little doves, turtle doves or whatever, just folded their wings and came and sat, and it's just, I get that picture of sitting. Yeah.
Do you know the pivot moment for that? I can tell you exactly the moment when that happened.
I'd like to hear it.
The exact moment that happened was the night Tony left. And that's no harm or foul to Tony. It's just the energies, right?
Right.
That's it.
Right. There was a flip of the switch.
Yeah, well, I was constantly having to cancel out all the fear porn. And I was constantly going in circles. And one thing that drives me nuts is repeating myself all the time. I do it. I love repeating myself when I know there's a purpose to it, when it's got the right intent and direction behind it. And I absolutely love that. And I absolutely hate repeating myself because it's gone circular. You see? So that's the difference. That's the only difference.
Sorry, who's Tony?
Now, it'd be nice. I love Tony. I do.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, no, not really. No, no harm, no foul to anyone. Even when I pick on people like Alex and the rest, I'm doing it for the theatrical, cinematic value in my particular movie, right? So it's fun. I love hearing people laugh. I love poking fun. And, hey, go ahead. You can't poke fun at a tranny? Are you kidding me? Holy shit. I poke more fun at me than anybody ever could, so that no one stands a chance on that one anyway. But that's the joy of being me. I get away with shit, And I know there are people that look at me going, I wish I could do that. So do it.
Let me interject something here. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, Katie, you're the only tranny that's a manual and an automatic in one.
Coming straight from the bull, yeah. Tips on the bull, I am indeed. Go ahead, John. We got ourselves.
You brought up Tony, and the other night, someone contacted me. It was him, and he said, "Are you John Lash?" And I said, "No." And then he said, "Are you aware of synchronicity.com?" And I said, "Tony, this is 2013 Navigator. Yes, I know your website." Blah, blah, blah. And we got into a really short conversation about the Bilderberg thing. And then that was it. I never heard from him again. And he erased the page.
Yeah, that's again, and it's not Tony. That's the program running there, right?
Yep.
So that's why you can't offend anybody. You can't offend the being. You can never offend the being because we're too playful. The only thing you can offend is the program, because it's designed to be offended, to have emotions. This is the Data from Star Trek, Next Generation. Remember what happened when Data got the emotion chip put in him? He went schizoid. He didn't know how to handle it. And there's a beautiful episode where he felt fear for the first time. Here's a machine that had an emotion chip installed, and that's exactly what these bodies we're in are biological carbon heat engines. Right? Whether they're made of plastics and steel and everything, it doesn't matter. Everything's made of molecular structure. It's still a machine, right? So don't ever be fooled by and that's the thing about cyborgs too, and that, this transhumanism stuff. They're just doing the same thing with a different medium, and it's this whole physical chase to try to be immortal when you already are. Can you imagine that?
Do you remember when Data was destroyed? And
yes.
The little ceremony they had for him, and what Picard said about Data, about being human?
Yes. He's more human than most humans would ever be.
Yep.
That
was a great scene.
Yeah, and the truth is everywhere, So with regards to Tony, he can't let go of the only thing he's ever known, technology. That's his bag. That's his, what he doesn't understand is what he has brought to the table was so much information in order to be able to see the contrast. So in what we deem to be a loss of our identity in terms of what we've done our whole lives. I mean, hell, I'm music, right? And here I am just talking. But what we give up, what we feel or think we give up in terms of our identity of everything we've ever worked for and known was the absolute gift of the contrast. Because once you can let it go, what happens then is you can see the other side. And Tony's just not quite there to see the other side yet, to see how beautiful and miraculous his whole life has been, to give him the contrast that he now just needs to look at and let go of the old. It's all a mirror, right? Everything you've done was the completely opposite of what you needed to see in order to be. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Okay. Yeah, on this particular show, we don't deal in the light concepts, do we? No, we take it right downtown, baby.
We like it deep pan and crispy.
Woo! I'm just excited about Friday night. I'm sorry, I've been able to just get out and do my thing, and it's been years.
I can just imagine what happens when Kate goes strutting down the street.
Oh, I'm pretty mellow. I glide. I don't strut.
How many street lights do you pop out?
Oh man, my whole yeah, that's been a really big thing with me. That was probably my earliest awakening of taking lights out all the time. I remember one time coming home, I was from playing, and I was just bloated with energy, and I knocked out an entire major street, knocked the whole fucking street out. And I'm going, yeah. And it was like at least 2 kilometers worth of lights. Just like that. Just resonating at that high frequency. When you resonate at light frequency, you cancel it. You create the dark. See? That's why we need to vibrate higher. Because once we vibrate back to our light, we create the void of darkness in which we create again and become the brightest light of our own universe. How cool is that? That's the shit, baby. That's the shit.
Freaking awesome. So I've been knocking out all my light bulbs in my house.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep knocking the bulbs out over the table. There's only, I don't know how many Eric's replaced, but there's only 2 left now in a 1, 2, 3, 6 lamp, and it's got 3 in the middle too, and they're all burned out. Yeah.
I had to bring in the shop a drop light from out in the garage because that's all I got left now.
Yeah, and actually now that you mention it, Eric replaced all the lights upstairs in the bathroom, and 3 of them are already frosted. They're still there, but they're burning about a third of what they're supposed to be.
Kate.
I know. Thank you. I'll make a mental note not to do that. And everybody, make a mental note. Are you replacing light bulbs?
Save our light bulbs.
Yes, exactly. Save our light, soul.
Yes.
And that represents their light going out, right? Because
Yeah, well, we cancel out the light, the fake, false light, right?
Yeah.
That's this realm. And on that note, we got about maybe a minute left here, so I'm going to do another shout-out for criticalmassradio.co.uk. Thank you, Paul, Giovanni, Lisa, and the crew at Critical Mass for allowing us to have this really awesome table that we can sit and pig out on truth till we choke. Oh, yeah, I mean, these are the pills that even Neo can't swallow, and I love it.
Yum, yum.
And you guys are just gobbling them up. It's great. It's beautiful.
Oh, this is just...
Good thing it's cornucopia.
Thank you, Paul, Lisa, and Giovanni.
Paul Giovanni is his full name. I know Giovanni is such a cool name. I want to call him, hey, Giovanni.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful. No,
I
Paul
just wanted to repeat it and say ditto.
Yeah, Paul Giovanni, Lisa, and the crew.
Video provided by verdictproductions.com.
You know, light of God, it reverse, and of course us. Bell are us. So we're literally at war with ourselves, not realizing that we're all connected, that we're all the light, the sunshine of God, you see. All right, so there's lots of other things, right? Now, of course, when they're on the plane, one of these tricky little bastards got into one of the closets at the back of the plane and jumps out and takes out the first flight attendant. And of course, you know what happens there. This virus spreads through the back of the airplane really, really quick. And one of the things that you can't do, what attracts them is sound. Yeah? Phonics? It attracts them. And then they come hunting for you. Otherwise, they can't see you, can't hear you, or, you know, whatever. They kind of go into a dormancy stage. And that's what the system is, right? Until you make yourself loud, i.e. stand up in the truth, you go unnoticed. And then, of course, when you stand up in truth and everything else, you go onto the spiritual radar. Then they can hear you. Right? This is the problem with truth, and why I tell people, if you can't handle this stuff, I mean, this is for grown-ups, these shows. And I'm being like that for a very, very good reason. Because if anyone takes offense to it, that's the ego, and this is what I need to find for you. If you want truth, I guarantee you I'll give you bucketfuls of it every single day, because this is all I focus on. This is all I download, and I think my, you know, repertoire of episodes over the last almost 6 years now will be my testament. Okay, in that my search has been true, it has been pure, and I will not deviate from this course, because I have chosen infinity. I haven't chosen meat stick. Okay. Anyway, this zombie gets out, and of course, you know, there's always one stooge on the plane that makes a noise, and of course they get attracted to it, and all hell breaks loose, and literally, where these zombies are making their way towards Brad and this Israeli soldier girl, and the last incident, I mean, Brad had to make the choice. He's got a hand grenade, right? What happens when you pull a grenade on a plane? It kind of decompresses. But that was kind of my first thought. I thought, because she brought a gun with her too, I thought maybe if they just blew out a window or something, that might have been enough to decompress and, you know, take up part of the plane where it would suck all the zombies out. Oh no, Brad has to do it in full style, right? This is truth, right? It's a truth bomb he threw at them, and sure enough, grenade goes off on the right side of the plane. Right? In order to set yourself free, you must open the right side of your brain, open the hemisphere up, and you gotta, you know, and what it's going to do is it's going to suck all the evil away for you. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is true. It's in the movie. Bill Donahue talks about it. I've talked about it. Lots of us have talked about it. Not to this kind of outside the box level, but you know, we kind of do a different brand of fun here. So anyway, all the zombies end up getting sucked out of the plane. The plane is decompressing. The pilots can't handle it. They end up crashing. Everybody gets killed, except of course Brad and his compatriot. I think there was one sort of zombie that was in the wreckage that managed to survive or whatever, but well, they're undead, so it's kind of hard to kill them. You got to give them a headshot, apparently, right? Yeah, you got to knock them out that way. That's the wake-up call, right? That's getting rid of the identity, and you got to have that blinding explosion in your own head to say, "Oh, Kate's got a point." So anyway, they make their way to this, you know, Center for Disease Control, and that's kind of where I'm at. I did see the ending, and the whole idea was that you would have to literally inject yourself with a virus, truth, that would make you ill, but it wouldn't kill you. It's either that or, you know, be a zombie, and of course you're dead. So this is the game. Catch-22, boys or girls. I don't care. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Either way, you're going to pay the price. You're going to pay the pipe or something. And to what level of game you want to play next will be the level of game you decide to play now. Right? And lucky you guys that are tuned in right now are of the most tuned in beings on this planet. Look at you. Look at you. It's a beautiful table we have set here, hey? I told you you're beautiful. I've been saying it all along, and you're finally going, yeah, I am. So, mostly because I'm finally been able to say that, too. You see, we share the table. I share the same experiences with you because I'm co-created by, for, and with you as well. That's the cool thing, and this is, when we start talking about division in any way, shape, or form, be it political, be it religious, racial, whatever the case may be, you've bought the divide and conquer lie. Anything that creates division of any kind whatsoever, from me to you,
Please note the views and opinions expressed by the hosts on this show are not necessarily the views held by the station.
You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now it's our turn.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, welcome to Outside the Box. I'm your hostess, Kate of Gaia. Yes, for those new listeners, the voice is much lower than my boobs would indicate. Don't worry, you'll get over it. I did. Oh yeah, we're in for a roller coaster tonight, boys and girls. Let me see. And it's still... Oh, Consuela is having an issue getting on. Okay. Yeah, you want to listen via Skype. Yeah, it's going to have to redirect. So, bear with it, Consuela. You'll get it. You'll get it. And once you do, you will never go back. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can't reuse the one you were on. You have to reinitiate everything. So just refresh your pages, boys and girls. Refresh page for Skype icon. And I'm saying that as normal speak, not the icon. You actually need to see this one. See? It means both. All right, well, boy... did Ninja, Miranda, and I have an out of the park episode this afternoon. I posted it on Facebook. I would highly urge anyone, if you didn't get a chance to listen to this afternoon show, well, you better. Yeah, so that's all I can say. And you're going to want to download this puppy as well, as soon as Noisy Harleys go by. So, we start off today talking a little bit about a rather impossibly numerous, too hard to count allegories and representations in the movie World War Z or Z, depending on where in the world you come from. Where I'm from, we call it Z, so I'll just stick with that, or I can go zzz, World War zzz. That's the sound an ego makes when you poke at it too many times, and then it goes boom, right? Here's the only thing you need to know to spot your ego. There's only one thing: emotion. It's the only thing that can stop you and return you to the egocentric start point on the yellow brick road. Just where Dorothy and Toto started. You have the spiraling out yellow brick road, and then of course the spiraling in red brick road. The red brick road is the allegorical representation of emotions, and that is the domain, and only the domain, of the ego, and only with the ego can we experience emotions. Unfortunately, we got a little carried away with living our roles, living our dramas, and instead of just playing, we're here to play. And everyone's taking it way too seriously. I know I did for a long time. But it's just getting funnier every single day. So let's look at a few allegories. Now, I haven't even got through the whole movie yet. I've still got I did see the last, I guess, about 5-10 minutes of it at about 4 this morning. And I saw the first bit of it, and And I already started laughing right at the beginning for the allegory of the bus, or what was it? It was it wasn't a bus. It was a garbage truck. Okay, allegorically, hey, we're taking out the trash, right? So what's the first thing this garbage truck hit? That was a cop. And again, it's allegorical. Listen, all the egos. What do you mean, a cop? Okay, shut up, Fido. Sit down. You're missing the show. All right, just go play with your fetchy stick thing or whatever the fuck your boss gives you to play with. A little piece of paper ticket. Go chase a car or something. Make yourself sort of annoyingly useful, because you're producing so much there when you're doing that. Anyway, so I thought that was, and that was one that actually Zoe pointed out to me when the trailer came out. Yeah, so this is really the first chance I've had to watch this comedy in its full-blown Technicolor amazing thing. Yeah, the version that I watched, it's not in the highest definition, but I don't need high definition. I am high definition, and I'm not looking to be entertained either. I am looking for everything in this movie or anything I watch. I look past the play. What's going on? Oh, no, I don't care. I'm not going to be distracted by actors and actresses and all the ooh, ah, and shit, and the rest of it goes on, because it keeps you very entertained if you do that. But, no, me, I'm looking at the set and what's going on behind them, lifting the veil. They're the veil. You just got to get the veil out of the way. All the drama, which is a representation allegorically of emotion, right? So you just push that off to the side for the, if you want to watch it to be entertained, well, by all means, but experience it that way, but don't stop there, as most people do. Because everything that you observe in the now is absolutely critical and has a very specific reason as to why you're observing it. And we've been taught to doubt that. And they did a really good job. You're walking around and going, geez, I don't know if I can do that, geez, and all the rest of it. Well, walking, talking version of that. Geez, I don't know if I can come out of the closet or not. Oh, geez, doubt. Who cares? Anyway, I decided to now star in my own role. It's pretty cool. It's great because you're the star of your own show. You're the director. You're the producer. You're the creator. And what are you doing? You're walking around in a role of an extra. Some people have moved into their co-starring roles. But they're still getting caught up in the drama of all the, the other stage hands and extras and co-stars and all the rest of the nonsense that is involved in putting on a theatrical, all experience. Did we miss that one? What do you think they call it? Theatrical. Trick all? I'm going to let you hover on that one for a sec. I can hear you now. Oh, come on, Kate. What is it with you and the phonics shit all the time? If you want to see the world, you got to hear it first. Oh, I'm not ignoring you. Hang on. No one's ignoring you, John. We love you. And by the way, I'm just because it's a continuation of Tuesday, I'm going to crack open Miranda's and Ninja's microphones. You guys can jump in whenever you feel like it, but I'm going to go on a little tear here for a minute because I'm in the mood. I got my flamethrower gassed up and my combo chainsaw attachment to go with it. Pretty much the same way that he taped a knife onto the end of a gun that obviously didn't have any bullets. Anyway, so let's get into some of the allegories here. All right, let's set the stage for this. Out of the blue, lead entertainer Brad Pitt. Even all the names in this thing resonated with me, all these people. Even the scenario, the two daughters, everything, it just resonated. It was just, I'm looking at this and I'm laughing. All right, so it sets out that all of a sudden there's this, virus explosion where people are turning into zombies. All right. And it's going in rapid fashion. It takes approximately 12 seconds for this thing to, once someone's bit, to turn into a biter, an undead, right? Okay, well, let me clear up the allegory of what the zombie really is representing. The zombie is representing everyone that is walking around with their identification thinking it's them. You're dead. You're walking dead. You're dead in the system. I hate to tell you that, but that's exactly how you're seen. And that's from a spiritual point, and from where I'm standing, and where many of us are standing now, we're looking and saying, yep, you're dead. You haven't got a clue that you're actually alive because you think you're a name. You think you're a name that isn't even yours. So somebody has claimed you spiritually, mind, body, and soul. All right, so that's what the zombies are. That's the walking dead. Those with the mark of the beast are the walking dead in the Whore of Babylonville. All right, so that's the big one out of the way. And so now you can start to watch this movie from that perspective. And of course, ignorance, Walking Dead, of course it's viral. It goes through communities like wildfire. And that, for me, the speed at which these zombies morphed and reproduced themselves was very indicative for me of the spread of ignorance in the Akashic sense, right? It happened very quickly worldwide. The other side of it, too, is truth has the same effect, because truth is also a virus, and it can be represented in that speed, and that's what we're dealing with right now. People are starting to get infected with truth. The illness in this system, the movie culminates with defeating this disease with an illness, because the zombies don't want to attack anything that is sick. And we're perceived in the realm. The truthers are perceived as the sick ones. We're the odd ones out. We're the rebels, the misfits. We don't fit in, you see. So we're kind of a virus in the system. And this virus is spreading rapidly, right? Okay, so there's that. Now, what Brad and his family do, they have to escape, get out of Philadelphia. I think that's where they were in New Jersey or whatever. They were trying to get back to Philadelphia, but it was too late. I can get into some very specifics. What I'm going to do is when I go over it again, I'm going to make notes as I go. I don't usually, because I don't really feel the need to. I can cover it, everything that's needed without notes. So, but a few very interesting things kept occurring. Certain numbers would be showing up. If you notice when the movie opens up, it says Plan B. And for those that know what the capital letter B is, it's actually 13. Right, the 13th warrior, the Christ representation, right? This whole movie is about defending your mind, your actual spiritual nature. That's what the walls around Jerusalem are all about. But the thing is, the zombies, because people let down their guard and started making noise, the zombies heard it, and they started literally piling up on each other so they could climb over each other like a serpent, actually. And as soon as they were inside the city, the city fell. That's it, gone. It goes like wildfire. So it's everything you can do to get out of it. And the allegory there, some people might think, well, why is it Jerusalem and why is it Israel? Well, you see, here's the thing. If you understand what Israel is, we are all Israel. It's not a country. It's a concept. The Israelites, the Israelites, had to flee from Egypt, the pharaohs of Egypt, because they were being enslaved, you see. So for anyone that's worshiping Egypt and all its monstrosity, fucking garbage, give your head a shake. All right? Beautiful to look at. It's gorgeous, this, that, and the other. But it's, for me, having looked at it and going ooh and ah for a lifetime, I look at it and now it's just pure poison to me. But anyway, getting back to Israel, we're all Israelites. All right? They sold the duping to a certain group of people that bought it, hook, line, and sinker, and refer to themselves as the Chosenites. The chosen people. We're all chosen. It doesn't make sense for a loving God to choose one over another just because ritual abuse of a child cuts the end of their dick off. That's an Egyptian ritual. Did you know that? Yeah. That's an Osiris thing. So you're actually worshiping Egypt and the pharaohs. Just letting you know, right? You messed up. You thought it was something to do with you, but no, the pharaohs got you doing it. Hey, you took it out of Egypt. It's all good, right? Anyway, I'm sure there's some egos firing off right now. That's what I do. I poke egos just because I'm good at it. And I want to show you just how emotional you can get and how much control your ego has on you, right? So when you get emotional, it's your ego taking over. So the allegory of the walls being scaled is the fact that it dispels the whole illusion of, someone being a chosen people. No, you get infested just like the rest of us. You're human like the rest of us. So there. All right, so that's that one out of the way. That is the representation of Israel. And, of course, Belarus Airlines, that was very meaningful to me. I'm going to show you some of my connects to this movie because I'm looking for my allegories. I can't see yours. I can only see mine. I know my yellow brick road is mine. Yours is yours. All I'm trying to do is show you that there actually is a yellow brick road. As I walk down it, you get an opportunity to see this. Hopefully. All right, so I'm going to really try to give you eyes to see and ears to hear tonight. More importantly, ears to hear first. Now, one of the planes they ended up getting on. By the way, the big transport plane that they used in the beginning. It's a C-130. C, open note of love, unconditional, and 13, there it is again. You probably didn't notice that. I'm looking at things like 01, 02, 03, 04 on the lockers behind everybody. I'm looking at the bunks that they have, right? 2, 4, was it 2, 4, and 6, I believe, that's 12. I have to go back and make notes just to make sure I'm like bang on accurate so you can see these things. Now, there's one scene in it where Brad's trying to get out of Jerusalem, and they end up on the Belarus Airlines aircraft. And this gets funnier, by the way. By the minute, this is like minute by minute, rolling on the floor laughing kind of movie, okay? I know they don't bill it as a comedy. It's more as a horror drama, but it's a comedy to me. Anyway, there's a group of Israeli Defense Force soldiers protecting Brad to try to get him to the C-130 that, lo and behold, the Savior left without you. 13, C-130. So you got to save your own sorry ass. Just an allegory. Anyway, so they end up getting cornered a little bit, getting followed by all these insta-zombies. And a couple of the soldiers, I think there was 2 or 3 that survived, and there was a young lady, the Divine Feminine, by the way. That's her representation for you. And, of course, Brad's constantly playing the Divine Masculine with Divine Feminine at the same time. That one will take a little bit more to explain, but I assure you, it's both aspects are there balanced. Anyway, this young Israeli female soldier, she ends up getting bit on the lower arm, and Brad, thinking very quickly, grabs a machete and hacks her left hand off. Okay? Now, I have to go back to something else that resonates me. Where I'm from is a province called Ulster, which I've talked about in shows past. And on their flag they have what? Oh, that's right, the Red Hand of Ulster. I'll tell you that story sometime, where that came to be from. It's another allegory of strength within, okay? But the important thing is the left hand of was hacked off. Now, left in allegorical means left brain. I know the left hand functions for the right brain, the right brain functions for the left. But keep in mind the immediately observable allegories. So her left hand was cut off. Brad basically saved her life by severing the left, the Cain side, right? Literally got rid of it. And of course, her being a soldier, she also brings in the Divine Masculine as well, you see. All right, because she ends up saving Brad's life a couple of times. Anyway, all right, so they make it to the plane. It's a Belarusian Airlines, the last plane to leave Jerusalem or Israel, right? Because they had walled the city in prior to protect it, and it was actually immune until some people let their guard down, started singing too loud, attracted all the zombies up over the wall. Rest is history. So they get on the plane up through the pilot's cockpit ladder. They get in there, and they just get off the ground. And of course, there's 2 or 3 soldiers that were with Brad and the girl, and well, of course, they ended up getting toasted. They're done, and they take off. Now, Belarus has a great affinity for me. I'll tell you why. Because the lady that Irene that used to do my brows in Guelph, it was from Belarusia, right? And it was kind of interesting because when I heard her accent, it's one of the very few, I can't even call it Slavic. It's not really. Anyway, Russian-type languages that I have an ear for. I don't know why. Oh, you're Belarusian. I can hear it, And of course, being from Ireland, I'm very attenuated to different accents and where people are from. I can sometimes, most times, nail it right down to the region that people are from and where they, I get a lot of friends, Sorry, I just pick up on this stuff. So, and of course, this was where I found out that the deputy chief for the city of Guelph, Brent Eden. No, I'm not kidding. Brent Eden. I'm serious. He only did 3 years as deputy chief because as soon as he got in, he thought he was doing all the right thing, and he wasn't in the loop until he got to be deputy chief. And then the chief told him what was really going on. He went into severe depression because it's not very comfortable finding out that you've been fucking people over for your entire career, especially if you have some sense of honor. But of course, being the honorable guy that he is, he stuck it out for 3 years. He's still sucking the whore's tits with a pension. All right, so that's an absolute coward to me. Someone that does know and will not stand. You got some karma to deal with on that one, my friend. I mean, the chief was obvious, but I found out this information through the fact that his wife would get her brows done too. So I used to find out all sorts of things. Handy being a tranny. Anyway, so there's my connection to the Belarus Airlines. Now, where does this thing actually land? It doesn't really land. It sort of lands, crashes, and what have you. Because of course, on board the plane, just when you think you're safe, this is the whole idea of all of these things popping up constantly. It's telling you must have constant vigilance. You can't let your guard down for one instant if you want to see this game properly. You'll get your little breather moments, but you got to keep the vigilance up, constant alertness, and of course that constant ability and willingness to fight back in the allegorical sense, right? And we do this through the ether. We don't do it in the physical. And where did they crash? Well, they were on their way to Cardiff, Wales. That might bring in the Arthurian Tarot resonance with me, and maybe Miranda, maybe Ninja. I don't know. It might fit in. I'm not sure. And this is more towards the end of the movie. There are so many other scenes that I could get into, and like I said, I'd have to go through it again, which I will, and I'll just make some notes of things to look for, things to notice. But I'm only looking for the things that resonate on my yellow brick road, my breadcrumbs, because you'll see something entirely different, right? Where are we? Oh, and of course, Bell means war, right? It means a couple of things, but war, like parabellum, that's a bullet, right? Liberty Bell, of course, it's a liberty war. You're fighting for your freedom, but you're ringing the same bell that put you there. So Bell, R-A-R, Ra in the mirror, you, the